my kako. Mohana, come inside. We like everybody inside together. Just like the upena, the net. We're going to hold this one together, okay? My guy, Maui. Mahalo, come inside. We're going to Maui sign up for word. We're going to serve breakfast. Okay? Come. Everybody come inside. Your presence is so important. Come, Mike. For everybody inside, big. Come, your hand is really important. Come. Okay, everything. Connect the hand outside too, yeah? So we all wanna. I like to call all the officers of here now to come inside and join us in prayer. Yeah, too. All the officers. Yeah? And please, officers, you know what? We want to hold Makau. This is a peaceful upena, the net, the upena. And when we pulley, we want Maui to do the pulley for our pa'aina, all the way to Nihoa and Moku Manamana. Maikai and Fannin Island. And to our brothers in Tahiti, Samoa. So everybody, come inside, Mike, before we start.
Okay, no, they don't want to, they're all good.
Come inside here, all you are trustees, come inside here.
No, go ahead and start. They don't want to lose their line, so go ahead and start, Uncle. That's it. All hands are tied.
Yeah, you're going to see everybody eyeball to eyeball. Okay. Maikai. Before we go, we want to thank you for coming to this halikula, Po'o Maikai. The name in the central Maui when was all the sand dunes of our kupuna. And in time, when Pele, when erupt, all Waikapu, Waihe'e, Wailuku, Haleakala, all the lava came underneath, then the wind-blown sands came out from Hamakua-Poko, Hamakua-Loa, and Mimpani, and blow all the way from Kanaha to Kealia Pond. Underneath us is all the pohako of our kupuna. Yeah, that can go back 1.5 million years. Our sand dunes over here is over 10 million years old, similar to Waihe'e and similar to Honokahua. So we are on sacred ground. We ask that when the mana come inside tonight, say your voice. We are the fishes of the sea. We are the families of the sea. We are the navigators of kupuna. And you're going to hear, sometime we're going to kahea, you know. Like I'm going to say kahea. The family of E, say I. The family of Ahu, say I. The family of Mahi, say I. The family of Ka'uwawa, say I. The family of Umi, say I. See? Get plenty. Plenty inside here. And you know what? We're going to now connect our people. Now we're going to connect. And so all of us come inside. Let us be the fishes in the ocean. The ball. Take care, don't let the little boy go outside and smell the hauna. Keep to the ball, the upelo, the manini, the wo, the veke. Maikai. Thank you for the ball. I'm not going to say uli or chance or whatever. I'm just going to come here so that we all understand. Now, brother, I've asked brother folks to come and come hear the voice. Have respect. Thank you so much for coming. Next time we invite, I told Kamanao, we invite the Pope. John, ihomai.
Hepuli kako, blessings from the heaven, from the King of Kings. E ko mako, e oko ule, lane paha, koko. Uminaha, kele pono, pa upio, umeki ia ole naha, maki kao lele kea, pau. E he. Hau nani holo maka he me au puni o Maui. Kanaka maole olo kaka pau. Mai maka pau He hau nā. Lana kela. Kene au o pu. Mo puni o Maui neha. Hele aku naha. Make e kau noa. Poho piho huli kai lele kea pau. He. Hau nani hulo. Punani kea nā. Hini lini kea popo. Ke naha pau mena. Mo puni o Maui he ana au o. Lena kau le aloha oe. Makapo e ona lale. Lana keke kau noa. E po hakai. Ewa e ho'ole loa. E po makanoe e hemolele pau piho. Hena pau. E he. Hauna le kele moko puni o Maui ko o noa e mo piho. Uhe. Lala ka a po piho ume loa. E pono aka ka. E hea. E lono. E hololani kau noa pau. Pohele au kono piko e pu kukui lono. Makapuni o Maui. Hale aka la e pau mai kena. Holo e o pu Maui. E ho a noa pau pepa po. Ku leka. E holo kai lele hona kau lele. Hauna po ho e puni o Maui kai hele kea pau neha. Au lele poho e olo kai lele kea pau. Mai nu lena kea. Pau holo kuni kai lele. Kana maka po. E pueo naha maka pau eha. Kana maka kela pau eha. Maka noe e he mo lele kauka e he au na olo kai lele kea pau pepe he a hao nani ke na kele kani e o opu naha pale kunu ume loa maha pai hale ka meha heno ko o moa e puni kanaka maole lau na koko e mo puni o Maui kele pono e pau ai e hea na holo maka pau upe ope o pu naha make kau lele kea. E piho neha mau olo ule lau na iki pueo naha make e lele kea pau mai make kele pono puu e Maui noka oe piho neha makapo e uana lale kana koko e mai hewa e pio e pau mai ka hale launa iki kia lono e mai pau ai e hea pau mena mahalo nui pakalua. Mahalo.
Before we start, I'm going to kahea the moko. Kahea you moko. Makakau. Waluko. Waluko. Kahaina. Kanapali. Hamakua poko. Hamakua loa. Kianai. Koolao. Hana. Kipaulo. Kapo. Nu'u. Hawaiian arms. Aupehe. Ono ula. Kahiki nui. Kula. Molokini. Kanaloa kahawalapi. Mahalo.
Hey, kahakuloa. Thank you. E pule kako maikai. Our Father which art in heaven, we thank you that you are the creator of this place we call our home, and that you have placed your people here called Hawaii. And we come before your presence this evening to ask you to bless each and every one of us, that what is in our hearts and what is in our minds will come forth in a manner that is respectful of who you are. Father, we thank you for the Department of Interior and the Department of Justice for coming here to listen to all that we have to grieve about. But Lord God, we know that you have solutions for us. And we pray, Lord God, that solutions will emanate from this place, from all of the people who have gathered here to speak, to cry, to sigh, to be able to relate one to another, Lord God. We call upon the power of your Holy Spirit to bombard this place with your holiness, your righteousness, that it will prevail, irregardless, Lord God, what we say to each other and how we say it, but that your Holy Spirit would be in our presence, in our hearts and our minds, that when we leave this place, we leave with the same aloha in which we were born into. Bless us tonight, O Lord God, we pray in Jesus' name. And everyone said, Amen. Himeni kako. Ho'onani kama huama.
Aloha mai kako. Maui no ko'oi. My name is Dawn Chang, and I am going to help facilitate the last of 15 meetings tonight. And we are closing here on Maui at Pomaikai School. Thank you so much, all of you, for being here. I know how important it is. There's some seats in the front for kupuna. Please come up. I am extremely humbled and honored by this opportunity to facilitate this most historic conversation with our Hawaiian community. The purpose of tonight's meeting is to provide the community an opportunity to share your mana'o or comments on whether the Secretary of Interior should propose an administrative rule that would facilitate the reestablishment of a government-to-government relationship with the Native Hawaiian community. No decision will be made today or within the next 60 days. The comment period is open until August 19th. Again, this is one of 15 meetings. This is actually the last meeting that we are having since we started, I guess, 2 weeks ago. And I appreciate this community hosting this last meeting. While this is an historic opportunity for you all to be at the table and participate in this conversation, I know how emotional it is. All of us, I will tell you, walk away feeling a heaviness of our heart, the panel, all of us who are associated with this, because we know how important this is for all of you. My role as a facilitator is to ensure that the process is fair, that everybody who wants to speak is given an opportunity to speak the first time, that it is a process that is safe, that you feel comfortable coming up to the microphone to speak. And if you do not feel comfortable, please feel free. You can always submit your comments in writing. And that the meeting is conducted in a respectful and a courteous way. That we would treat the person who is speaking at the mic, whether it's someone with the comment, whether it's the panel, that we treat them with the way that we would want to be treated when we are speaking. Again, I know that this is an emotional, we have heard a lot of pain. All of us have walked away feeling that. None of us have not been affected by that. I would ask, and I know we were in Lahaina yesterday, tremendously respectful community who just welcomed us, hard conversation, but I would ask we try to avoid the swearing, and please, no personal attacks, but Thank you so much for being here. What's going to happen tonight is Rhea is going to make some brief comments, because again, the focus is your comments, and then we're going to go right into the comment period so that we can take as many of your comments as we can. Okay. Oh, I'm so sorry. Okay. What we've been doing in all the 15 meetings, and I apologize in advance, that we have had the meetings for 3 hours from 6 to 9. So at 9 o'clock, we will close. So we're going to try to take everybody's comments before 9 o'clock. Some logistics, the restrooms are behind us, girls here, boys there. There's refreshments outside. Please help yourself. Please sign up, because we're going to call people based upon their signing up at the registration. So if you haven't signed up and you'd like to speak, please go and sign up at the registration desk. So with that, I would like to introduce the panel. Let me step on this side. I have Rhea Sa. Rhea is the Assistant Secretary of Interior for Policy, Management, and Budget with the U.S. Department of Interior. Esther Kia Aina, she is a Senior Advisor to the Secretary, the U.S. Department of Interior. Justin Smith is the Assistant Section Chief of Law and Policy with the Environment and Natural Resources Division with the U.S. Department of Justice. And at the far end of the table is Jennifer Romero. She is a Senior Advisor to the Secretary with the U.S. Department of Interior. So with that, I'm going to ask Rhea to say a few words. Can we please welcome them?
Aloha. I don't want to take very much time. As you can see, the room is overflowing, as it has for 14 other meetings on all of the islands in Hawaii. This time is yours. I will reserve my comments for the end of the night to try to provide some wrap up. But again, we are here to listen to you, and we are grateful for you allowing us in your communities and for being willing to share your thoughts. Appreciate it.
So with that, we're going to go right into the comments. I just have a few protocols. We have a court reporter here who is going to take all of your comments. It is very helpful that when you come up to the mic, if you could please state your name, because sometimes I apologize if I mispronounce your name, but please state your name for the record. If you want to provide your comment in Hawaiian, please feel free to do so. Again, I apologize that we do not have a translator here. If you would like your testimony translated, we will have the audio taken to a translator. If you are uncomfortable coming up to the mic, again, there are comment forms when you signed in, and please feel free to fill them out either tonight and leave them, or take them home and talk to your ohana. You have up until August 16th to provide your comments. What we've been doing in the other meetings is we would like to hear everyone for the first time. So many of you have journeyed with us on different meetings. We're going to provide, and I would ask that those who have not spoken be given the opportunity to speak first. Okay? And that therefore you won't be given an opportunity to yield or waive your time. And this is the other thing, again, I do not intend to offend anybody, but because we have so many people, you're going to be given 2 minutes. I know it's hard to say everything you want in 2 minutes. There will be a timekeeper. Keikoa is going to show you a card when you have 1 minute and 30 seconds. My style, and I hope I don't offend anybody, is as you get close to wrapping up, your time is almost over, I'm going to get closer to you. If you don't want me to get up to you, that's fine. Just let me know. But normally, if I get close to you, that means your time is almost over. If I gently touch your arm, that means your time is up. We have been able to get through a lot of people because people are respectful for that 2 minutes. So again, thank you. I greatly appreciate all of you that are here, and we're going to try to make sure that we give everybody an opportunity to speak. So with that, the way that I do this is I'm going to call out the first 5 names on the list, and then if you could come up forward, that's how we're going to get through this much faster. So the first 5. So if you can, you were given a number when you signed in, try to remember that. But the first 5 is John Santos, Alan Santos, William King, Johanna Kamaunu, and I'm not too sure, Johanna, if you spoke, and then James Sagawinit.
Aloha panel. Mahalo for having us. Me and my kapuna se a'ole So the 5 questions. Hemolele ka meha meha. Meha pono, all goodness resides in our kingdom and the heavens and that speaks to you. E ko mako, e hiki puni ai hea. E lono au kuli kuli ko waka. E koko moi ai he ever. As our kingdom exists today, we must remember the last greatest king, whom united this kingdom under one. As my blood runs deep from within, we must all take part in this freedom for today. E pono aka piho, e lena mai kai no amene. E ko aloha po, mai kai piho ena, mai puni mai o Maui, pau ai hea e pau mena. As we belong to the most sacred King, whom not only united, but brought freedom for all here today. It's like we never left, but always have been here to stay. Many will witness the changes that will come as we unify the odds before us. Today's freedom is what we seek. Freedom is here to stay. Kene popo ka meha meha. E lopo, e puni o Maui hale akala. E pone ai hea eva pau, mena o he pau. Now, as we seek resurrection from the heavens, we must not confer in disbelief, as the kingdom resides in all of us. Today's reunion of faith, having these blessings, will show all of us the way to our freedom. As the Almighty King speaks, it is spoken today. Kuni, kuni, kana loa. E mō puni o Maui, kana loa, ai he ewa. E pō maki maki, au lele kia pau ai hea ewa pau mena. Many days has gone by, but we are still in bondage as our freedom exists. But we are here to fight for our freedom. As our heavens has allowed us to come and speak with this nation that has turned a blind eye as if our freedom prevails in the wind. But make no mistake, as God has commanded this nation, take another look as we are the people of the world. Mahalo.
Thank you, John. I have Alan Santos, William King, Johanna Kamaunu.
Aloha panel, everyone here. I'm Alan Makalili Okolani Santos. Makavai Pilani Ulea Haka Haka. Ali Nui Nui Naha. To your questions, Aole, to all 5, please forgive me if I have offended you in any way. We come with peace, love, and aloha. Mahalo.
Mahalo, Alan. William, Johanna, and James.
Aloha kako. Panel members, welcome to Maui. I hope that your stay here has been pleasant and informative. The views that I'm about to share are my own. Ko'umana'o. Oviliama ko'uinoa. My name is William King. I live here on Maui. I am of part Hawaiian ancestry. I want to tell you a little story, he wahi mo'olelo, about the counting of our people. In 1890, there was a census. The people of the Kingdom of Hawaii were counted. About 85% were native born, 15% were naturalized of foreign birth, but by royal decree, they were granted every right and privilege of native born. The Hawaiian Kingdom of 1890 and 3 years later, at the time of the overthrow, was diverse racially. There was no blood quantum requirement. Every decade, the U.S. government holds a census. So 4 years ago, Wahikimai Ka'ilele o Keaupuni, the messenger of the government, arrived at my front door. He handed me a paper, the census, and asked me to complete it. I said, sure, give it to me in Olelo Hawaii, one of 2 official languages of our state. Oh, he said, sorry, I cannot. I have it in 6 languages, but not Hawaiian. I can give you language aids, or I can get you language aids in 50 additional tongues, including Samoan, Tongan, Navajo, but not Hawaiian. After much discussion, I finally conceded, and I filled out the census form in English, as required by law. There's a penalty for failing to do so. Hewa ke la'aupuni. wronged that government. So, almost pau. Some might argue that this is he mea iki, it's a small thing. But the issue here is not the compulsory filing of a simple form. It's the systematic suppression of the language and the culture. The dubious acts of the United States government did not begin and end in 1893 with the overthrow. They continue to this day. Mahalo nui loa.
Johanna, James Sagawinet, Joycelyn Costa.
Aloha, my name is Johanna Kamanu. I'm from Waihe'e, Maui. I'm here because I needed to be sure that you understood my position in this. I come from a family who claims Kuleana lands. We are a descendant from the original Land Commission awardee royal patentees. We still retain our lands today. My husband's family also retains their lands today. Because of this, the Constitution you folks hope to craft needs to include those things, those rights that our lands are awarded to us by. We have not had any assurances on what will happen to us. If you were to do anything, I would say educate. We have been bombarded in the media by Kana'i Oluwalu and had nothing said about our history. I've been looking over this material that you handed out to us, and even on page 4, the history that you have here is sorely lacking, is significantly diminished from what we know. And if we as a people are only known by that information, how can we make sound decisions? How can you even make a sound decision? So that would be my encouragement to you. And I know time is of the essence, and that's all I really want to say right now. Thank you.
Thank you very much. James, Joycelyn, and Claire Apana.
I'm James Sagone Kauyoho, come from Naiku. I wonder why my mama never teach me Hawaiian. She said, study English and know it well, because this is gonna come the time where the people who's supposed to know English not reading what the Queen said. And I'm happy that I have the chance to look at you guys. And it's been too long that we've been waiting all this time to see what's happening. And you guys sitting down on the table, supposed to know and supposed to read the history of Hawaii and where we are now. I didn't know that the Kanaka exists to you guys, but we exist. Yeah? We are not tourists of this land. We take care kind of this land. This land is never stolen. It's always here, but somebody else think that they can come in and pala, they get the land. No. Look at your genealogy, look at where you come from, you know where you belong. We don't own nothing, but tell you, I have interest in this land. All of us have interest on this land. So beware and make it right. Too long already. Make it right. Mahalo.
Joycelyn, Claire, and Jonathan Davis.
My name is Jocelyn Costa. That was my father that was speaking. He's nearly 80 years old. I come to you with a notice of cease and desist. This is how I will answer your questions. Thank you for your offer to contract with your organization known as the Department of Interior Corporation. After careful review and much ambiguity in the language of your text, I must humbly decline your offer. Perhaps you will be willing to take up an offer to engage instead in a settlement agreement and finalization to restore our queens authority left in the care of your President, the Honorable Barack H. Obama, so the people of this land can resume legislative session in the true nature of its nation. Pursuant to penalty of perjury, my answer to your offer is as follows. I decline your offer to contract due to liability and participating in an act of treason in accordance to the Hawaiian Kingdom law, Constitution, Declaration of Rights. I choose to uphold the intent of the 1897 petition to protest the annexation of the Hawaiian Islands, and I'll have it printed as far as the text. I further make my declaration to reserve all rights and waive none as a protected person in accordance to the Field Manual 27-10, Chapter 6, the Law of Occupation. I hereby place my hand upon this notice and declaration to uphold the truth, and may God be my witness and guide. This is my prayer. You come as salesmen stated in the purpose of your proposed Rule 109, A as in Alexander, B as in Baldwin, 05. To solicit a relationship with the Native Hawaiian community, Black's Law's definition to solicitation, inciting another to commit a crime. You identify two parties of whom you are soliciting. One is a Native Hawaiian, the other with small n, big H. The other is a Native Hawaiian, big N, big H. One is any races that inhabited the islands from 1778. The other is to consent to become a Native American. I just want to close in one saying. According to your Constitution, the Founding Father, George Washington, stated, if to please the people we offer what we ourselves disapprove, how can we afterward defend our work? Thank you.
Mahalo, Jocelyn. Claire Apana, Jonathan Davis, and Jack.
This is Claire Apana from Wailuku, and I'm here speaking. Ironically, you are in the sand dunes, which I've been fighting for respect for our iwi for many years. This country has set up a system where not even our iwi can be respected. And after many years, many Hawaiians allowing this to happen, they are still in danger of being sand mined. So I say no to your 5 questions. And for our kupuna who have waited in the sand, who get sand mined, broken up by the D9s, and then put together in a little hole with a slab of concrete on it that says kapu, Hawaiian burials. I have to say, they've been waiting for hundreds of years for us to come back and bring back the life to this land. And this is not the way to do it, because this is not the correct process. You have to go back to the beginning, correct the wrong. Recognize that you are in a country unauthorized and occupying it, and go from there. We don't go to the Interior Department. This is not the right place. We already have a way set up by Kamehameha III to have treaties and communicate with the United States. You need to go back to your own laws and recognize you are occupying another nation illegally, and go from there. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Claire. I have Jonathan Davis, Jack, and Charlie V.
Aloha kako. My name is Jonathan Davis. I wasn't actually planning to testify here tonight, but real quick, 2 minutes isn't enough time for all these people who have been waiting, and all their ancestors have been waiting for how long? And to cut real close to the point, I'm going to say no to all 5 of the questions, and also that the people of Hawaii are Kanaka Mo'oli, and there's also non-Kanaka Mo'oli that were born and raised in the Kingdom of Hawaii, and I'm an actual descendant of that. So with that being said, I would just like to say that the people of Hawaii are indigenous to Hawaii, not indigenous to America. Thank you.
Thank you, Jonathan. I have Jack, Charlie V, Dr. Sidney Iaukea, and Leslie Iaukea. Jack? Charlie V. Oh. And then Dr. Sidney Ielkia.
Ho'aina makaina na Charlie Villalan. Ho'aina makaina na is the heirship designated by Kahului for all the assets in the kingdom. So I claim that. I also say no to all the questions. I get right on, it's only 2 minutes. So my comment is, what man made for evil, these hearings, deceptive, God made for good. He would he would wake up the Kanaka. The Kanaka stay underneath the shocker, boom, everybody will get up. What the? I love that. That I'm thankful for. So what the medicine? You know what the medicine is? Let us not speak of sovereignty anymore unless we're willing to speak sovereign God. Amen? Speak sovereign God only. Oh, it's not going to happen. It's not about genealogy. It's not about who you are. It's the credit going to our sovereign God. No need worry about who you and all. You know, I'm not this. We're all Ali'i. You know why we're all Ali'i? Because our father is the Ali'i Nui. That's the way we believe. All you guys see sad faces, up to you guys, except or not. But that's the way I'm going to talk. Okay? Now, besides that, what we got to do is when we come with our families, we come in our churches, we come in our civic groups, we come in our homestay groups, Pule first when we discuss sovereignty. Ask the Spirit to come down and power us together so we won. Because that's all we need. I'm going to get into some stuff that we're so close. Have no idea how close we are. Yeah? We stay close. So now, let me get this straight. I'm going to see if I can get something from the panel. Esther, do you represent the United States government?
Charlie, they're not going to answer you.
Okay, they're not going to answer. They're going to acquiesce. You know why? Because they don't want government. They want bankrupt corporation. Okay? They want bankrupt corporation. Who going to benefit? If you were free country, who going to benefit with a bankrupt corporation? It's a deadbeat deal. We're not going to it's not going to happen. Yeah? Nobody likes say that. She's telling me no say that to them. But you know what? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. So you know what? What is the resolution? In this binder, I get the most powerful sovereign documents in the archipelago. We are operating Aupuni Oko Hawaii Pai Aina since 2009 on the Iolani Palace. Nobody can take us off. They will try to arrest us and they will dismiss the case. Pauline.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Oh my goodness. Anybody like, no, I get all the documents right here. We got to move. HawaiianAir.net. In 1 week, you guys go find all the documents. We don't need, where are we going? All we gotta do is march down King Street and Pukara Palace and take that rotunda. All legal. Come see me, you guys like.
Mahalo, Charlie. I have done.
One more thing. Ua maokea o kaina ki kopono o Yesu Kristo. How that one?
I have Dr. Sidney Ielkia, Leslie Ielkia, and Frederick Poo.
Aloha Aina, my name is Sidney Ielkia. I live and work on Oahu, but I had to come home to Maui. I'm born and raised here. And thank the kupuna and uncles, Uncle Les, that taught me Aloha Aina. I'm so excited to be here. This is amazing. And I'm excited to be part of the huli, that huli's everything that went wrong. You can't tell me we are American Indian because my kupuna is Curtis Piehu Ielkia. He was an international foreign diplomat, proud national Hawaiian Kingdom representative, represented Hawaii around the world. I've read his diaries. I've read the countries about his trips to where he's been, the different countries, the kings and queens that he met, the people that he met, the ideas that he engaged with. Everything. And I am proof of that sovereign history because I'm here. I exist. We all exist. We're all proof of that lahui. So there's no way I could not be here to say no. And there's been a moth following me around since you got here. So I missed all your meetings on the other island and I had to come home. I just want to say one thing. E pa'aoko is the directive that Queen Liliuokalani gave to her trustees when she was fighting for the Crown Land revenues and trying to protect her trust. E pa'aoko, stay strong. Stay strong. Stay strong. And those words keep coming up. She kept saying it, she repeated continuously. And those really are the words that keep coming up for me when I see you. And when I see us, look, Maui, this is amazing. Thank you for letting me be here. We know to all your questions. We are not for sale. Aloha aina.
Mahalo. I have Leslie Iauke, Frederick Poo, and Robert Kama. Is Leslie Iauke here? Okay, thank you.
Aloha mai kako. That's my sister. She's better than me, though. So, my name is Leslie Iauke. I was born and raised here on Maui, and I come from the Ahupua'a of Hali'i Maili. I am Kanaka Maoli. I trace my genealogy back generations, 68 generations. For me and my family, there's no question in our loyalty. We support our queen and our ancestors forever. For 121 years, we have been illegally occupied by your country. But this is not all you did. You made sure to put the cultural bomb into full effect by taking away our language and teaching us your history and not our own, thereby totally alienating us from who we are. But what you didn't realize is that our ancestors left us our history through petroglyphs, through song, through stars, and through the kumulipo. Today we are thriving. We know our history and our language is coming back. And now we know your laws better than you do. Your questions are one-sided and transparent, and of course I say no to them. These hearings are unconstitutional, and the Department of Interior has no authority to enter into such hearings with our people. You have no business being here because we are not American. These hearings and the secret meetings that you've had over the past 2 weeks prove how deceitful your government is. We will always show resistance to your occupation. The question today is not what the DOI can do for us, but what can we do for ourselves? He Hawaiian. I
have Frederick Poo and Robert Kama. Fred?
Aloha, sisters and brothers. Aloha, panel members. My name is Frederick Poo. And what an awesome sight. Look at all the brothers and sisters here tonight. They're tired of what's happening. This is so beautiful, so beautiful. Thank you, Uncle Leslie. Nice to see our kupunas here. My thing I want to say is, I'm a Hawaiian, I'm a Kanaka, but I can't speak Hawaiian because we weren't allowed to do in our time. But what touches me so much, and is so beautiful and sweet, is our keiki kanis and our keiki wahinis. They speak so beautiful Hawaiian English, beautiful. And I love that. And I feel ashamed because I wish I could speak like our little ones. But they are the ones that's going to come up. They are the ones that will bring the Kanaka Maolis together. All I ask of you is this. For the 14 or 15 meetings that you guys been here, please, don't listen with your ears, but as Akua said, from the heart. But not just from the heart, but deep down in your heart. And when you go back, when you sit down with your bosses, speak to them, but from the heart. From the heart. Please. Because this, when you speak from the heart, when God gives you, He sends His Spirit into your heart. And when you go back and you speak to your bosses, you speak from your heart, God's willing that would change and make a big, big difference for all our sisters and brothers here tonight. And not only here, the whole state of Hawaii, the island chain. Mahalo, and God bless.
I have Robert Kama, and then Wayne Kaneshiro and Tony Carvalho.
Aloha kākou. My name is Robert Kaleolani Kama, born in Kanaka, and will testify in behalf of our Hawaiian Kingdom. My testimony regarding all 19 questions, not 5, asked by the DOI is absolutely a no on all counts. The majority of our Hawaiian people have spoken only the truth in their testimonies. And my opinion is the panelists of the DOI has traveled to our Hawaiian islands in vain. Many of our Hawaiian people wants to know why Secretary John Kerry has not answered Kamana'o Pono's letter, asking a simple but important question. Is the Hawaiian Kingdom still in existence according to the international laws? Excuse me. The answer to this question is a simple yes or no, and yet a distinguished leader of the powerful United States government is afraid to step to the plate and do the right thing for himself and his country. However, our Hawaiian leader, Kamana'o Pono Crab, showed the world with no fear of incriminating himself and his position, stood strong and confronted the United States government by himself. He didn't need no military that is occupying our beautiful Hawaiian islands. He felt what was right for all his Hawaiians, and that is why we are here tonight. He is a fearless and akamai kanaka maole leader, showing America how it's done. The letter Kamana'o Pono delivered is the reason our lahui has united even stronger than ever, and is showing our strength and endurance as the Kanaka Maole. Love and aloha, malama pono, imua.
Wayne Kaneshiro, Tony Carvalho, and Greg Carvalho.
Aloha kākou. My name is Wayne Kaneshiro, and I'm from the island of Maui. I'm here to express my opposition to any assistance by the Secretary of the U.S. Department of Interior to reorganize the Native Hawaiian community under a tribal framework in order to establish a government-to-government relationship similar to the American Indians and Alaska Natives. My opposition is likewise applicable to the 5 threshold questions you seek to resolve. The reorganization under a tribal framework is unwanted, unlawful, unnecessary, and unconstitutional in accordance with the U.S. Constitution and its Supremacy Clause. Before the U.S. can establish any type of relationship with the Hawaiian community other than nation to nation, it has the burden to prove the sovereign continuity of the Hawaiian Kingdom has ceased to exist. The U.S., as well as other countries, entered into treaties with the Hawaiian Kingdom, which to date has never been extinguished and remain valid due to the unbroken continuity of the Hawaiian Kingdom. Pacta sunt servanda. Agreements must be kept. In closing, I must insist that you take no further action for the establishment of a native Hawaiian government-to-government relationship. It's imperative for you to immediately inform the U.S. government officials in Washington, D.C. that the Hawaiian community have spoken and made it clear to you that the U.S. must provide sufficient evidence to show that the sovereign continuity of the Hawaiian Kingdom had been extinguished, and if it cannot, it must take immediate steps to deoccupy the sovereign independent nation of the Hawaiian Kingdom. On a final note, it should be evident to all of you that OHA, a U.S. entity created to represent the Hawaiian community, has failed to express the concerns of the lahui and serve only to benefit their own self-interests. If OHA is not serving the people it's supposed to represent, then who are they representing? I believe an immediate investigation must be initiated on this matter. Mahalo.
Thank you. Tony Carvalho, Greg Carvalho, and then David Ham.
Aloha kako. My name is Noelani Carvalho. Do you know, in 1897, the scene looked like this? They were all here. They were opposing the annexation. Mrs. Campbell, president of the Hawaiian Women's Patriotic League of Hilo, stood and spoke these words, quote, "Stand firm, my friends. Love of country means more to you and me than anything else. Be brave, be strong, have courage and patience. Our time will come. Sign the petition. Those of you who love Hawaii, how many will sign," unquote. In the same year, same month, on the 30th of September, Miriam Michelson wrote an article as she was leaving on a ship to San Francisco. There, her article was published in San Francisco. The paper's name was called The Call. Miriam was an American journalist and a writer. Her story was written around a signature petition. We locals know it as the Ku'e petition, against annexation, being gathered by the Hawaiian Patriotic League, Hui Aloha Aina, throughout the islands, and she bore witness to one of those meetings in Hilo, Hawaii. This powerful article spoke into the issue of annexation from the Hawaiian perspective, and the title of the article, "Strangling Hands Upon a Nation's Throat," speaks clearly to the veracity of what the reader will read. Not known at the time was whether or not the Ku'e petition would prevent the U.S. Senate from ratifying the so-called treaty petition. Before the Senate convened in 1897, 3 years after the illegal occupancy, officers of the Hawaiian Patriotic League and the Hawaiian Political Association traveled to Washington, D.C. and met with Senator George Hoare of Massachusetts. He agreed to submit the signature petition onto the record of the Senate when it convened, and by March of 1898, the Ku'e petition successfully killed the treaty as the Senate could not garner enough votes for ratification. The U.S. has no claim. There is no treaty of annexation. All we have is a joint resolution passed by the U.S. Congress, a law limited to the U.S. territory. That is in your history books and your law books, not relevant to the Kingdom of Hawaii. That is like today, trying to annex Canada or Mexico to the U.S. We as Kanaka Maolis and Hawaiian nationals are paralyzed by indoctrination of the Western lies and thinking. We have to look back. We have to. Yes, to move forward, but move forward in truth. Onipa'a, ku'e'ea, aloha, keakua, and a'ole to all 5 questions.
Thank you. I have Greg Carvalho, David Ham, and Tisha Marie Biati.
Aloha kako. I am Kanaka o Hawaii. I am a man of Hawaii. I am Hawaiian by nationality. My great-grandfather was invited here by the kingdom, and the land that we live on have a royal patent grant given by the kingdom. My wife's side, she comes from I'i, and the aina that we live on is exactly middle of the whole ahupuaha that was the kuleana. And I married my wife and brought her back to really where her family was from. It's quite interesting. I want to move on here. It's interesting that we now have a hearing over with a DOI, and we still don't know the answer to the question, and mahalo to Kamanaho Crab for his letter. We know the legal law status of Hawaii. Aye? We know. What needs to be established is, you folks have heard it, I'm not going to repeat what everybody else had said. The interesting thing is, I am a victim of the indoctrination of the fraud that in 1906, they came through the Board of Education through all our kikis, for take away the language, the culture, everything. And not too maybe about 4 years ago, yet was in my heart, because no matter where I went, they asked me what I was. I said, I'm Hawaiian. I went to Costa Rica. They asked me, you're not American, what are you? I said, you are correct. I said, I am Hawaiian. And the interesting thing is, she put her hand on my heart, and she said, we call you Tico. That would be the same as if you call somebody that they're local. In other words, we have the same heart. We have the same view and culture and love. And what I want to say is I am the victim that have now, the veil have dropped. And the only way the veil will be dropped is by being educated. And that's how I had the veil dropped from me. And what I want to say is, my time. Oh, thank you for being so kind to me. What I want to say is, ku e oni pa'a kako.
Mahalo. I have David Ham, Tisha Marie Beati, and then number 20 is Dane Maxwell.
Aloha. My name is David J. Ham. Very nervous to be here, but for this cause, I'm here. Very interesting times we're living in, very exciting. And I'd like to say that interesting, what has happened this year with what happened with Russia invading Ukraine. You know, your boss, our President Obama, he condemned it because it was illegal. The only thing that separates that crime and what happened in Hawaii during the illegal overthrow is time. That time never change. People change, but the laws that govern us, international laws, those things don't change. And what I want to say is, politics change. Time, laws don't change. My grandparents, Apio and Victoria Acuna, they would always say in their house, would have a common word, by right. Conversations always, by right. I'm saying, by right, do the right thing. Do the right thing, because it was wrong then, it's wrong now, do the right thing. Pono. Thank you.
Mahalo. I have Tisha Marie, and after that, Dane Maxwell, and Hi'ile Maxwell 1.
Aloha, my name is Tish Marie Kikumu Beatty. I want to say to my ohana over here, how humbling it is to see everybody here, to come as one, which has bring so much joy to my heart. As an Opio, I grew up in a Hawaiian family that fought for Hawaiian rights. And the common denominator was always separation from everything. And to see in my generation and in my time, this is so important for our children, for our kupuna, for our grandchildren and them on, and everyone who came before us. Your answer for me is no. You cannot give me back something I never gave up. I am forever Hawaiian, and you can never take that away. What you took from me, from my people, is ethnocide. You took away my culture, my language, my history. I listened to my kupuna cry because they cannot even talk to their children and teach them what they need to know. Genealogy was forbidden, only through language. Try find some of our records. No can. Killing off our family because why? Ali'i. Pao, no more your line, my kekumu line, dying. Because what you felt was perfect for us was not. You illegal, you don't belong in my land. I am. We never gave up our sovereignty. You took away from us. Took it. You stay here in my country telling me what you can do for me? No. You owe me an apology. You owe all of us an apology. Nothing you can say going to replace anything that you've done. We're going to rebuild us. We're going to get together. We're going to provide. You guys need us because we are in the perfect area. Perfect, strategically placed for military purposes. United States had treaties with the Hawaiian people. They broke it. They were told by the United Nations, return Hawaii. Did they do it? No. They are no better than the terrorists that they claim to fight against. Hawaii refuses to continue to be victim of this illegal society that you put upon me. I am not American. I am American by default, not by choice. I am Kanaka. I am a Hawaiian citizen, born in my koko, learned from my generations of family and friends, and you know what? Planning on Hawaiians. I'm so proud of them for coming up here and saying what you guys did is wrong, because it's not just the Hawaiian people by Koko, it's the Hawaiian people by heart that agree with us, that will fight with us to the very end. Take your thing you want to give us, throw them in the trash. We don't want it. We sovereign. And not a country cannot take our sovereignty. You just need to take your stuff and leave. Thank you.
Number 20 is Dane Maxwell, Hi'ile Maxwell Wan, and Sherry Maxwell.
Ano ai kako. Aloha. My name is Dane Maxwell, or Uluve Hiokalani Maxwell, and I'm speaking on behalf of my wife, my 2 children. I am a Kanaka Maoli, and I'm here to testify in opposition to all proposed questions. My answer is a firm a'ole. I believe that the United States needs to provide restitution and protection for Kanaka Maoli and our current programs, but I do not believe that federal recognition is a proper vehicle to mend the relationships between our 2 nations. Last week, I visited a Native American reservation in Washington State and witnessed firsthand what it looks like. There are no physical walls surrounding it, but it feels more like a prison than freedom. Run-down homes, tattered roads, and families who are living in poverty. I refuse to allow my keiki to fall into the pitfalls of federal recognition. To our lahui, when your ohana and friends say you can't or you'll never get your nation back, and you begin to waver, remember hokule'a, remember kaho'olave. Those were kanats, those are a'oles. But look at us. Our lahui banded together with their intelligence and perseverance and made it possible. Your reality is yours to change, believe, ku'e, like our kupuna and the ku'e petition. I'll leave you folks with this, and join me if you know it. E iho ana o luna, e pi ana o lalo, e hui ana nā moku, e ku ana ka pai ia. Ti aki pai Hawaii, e ola nā iwi, mahalo.
Mahalo. I have Hi'ile, and then Sherry, and then Clifford Naiole.
Aloha. How am I going to copy that or top that, right? Aloha, I'm Hi'ile Maxwell Wan. I represent my family. My dad would have been so proud of all of you. You know, I represent our kupuna as well. I read, what we were giving forth to my keiki, and they couldn't understand, and I'm really upset right now, especially with the words. Facilitated by the state of Hawaii to the extent such a process is consistent with federal law. You're telling me you guys control us again, which we cannot. Why would we be controlled again? So I'm going to put it short for this matter. All 5, I say a'ole. Aloha.
Mahalo. I have Sherry Maxwell, Clifford Naiole, and Jennifer Ahia.
Aloha. My name is Sherry Ann Hinano Maxwell. You have come here to Hawaii to ask the Kanaka Maoli to literally hand over the Hawaiian kingdom. How dare you? Do you really think your questions would be welcomed? Laws were broken, nothing was done. Hawaii was apologized to, but nothing has been done since then. This is not the way to make things pono. A'ole to your questions. Come back when you decide how to help the Hawaiian people rebuild what was wrongfully stolen. But what my father, Charles Ka'uluwehi Maxwell Sr. would say, for now, go home.
Clifford, Jennifer, and then Joey Raynon.
Aloha. I am Naiole of Waiau, raised in the Taro Patches. And I am here because, like all of us are here, because we're proud of who we were, we're proud of who we are, and we will be very proud of who we're going to be tomorrow and the future coming forward. My answers to all your questions is no, straight across the board. Straight across the board. I refuse to reclassify myself as a tribe. I don't want a government-to-government domestic relationship. I want a nation-to-nation international relationship. That is what is due to us, absolutely. You know, I have a question for you. You have my nose. Is how come Hawaiians have to qualify to be Hawaiian in Hawaii? It makes no sense. It makes no sense. It confuses us, it divides us, and we have all this mixed emotions. So please think about that. And when you have your report, how are you going to put all these emotions into words? Whoever that report goes to, somehow got to show the emotions of our people. We don't want pity, we want pono. Because as we here sitting down now, our canoes are being launched, our hula is being danced, our ole is being chanted, our pulis are being prayed, and our kids are learning the language. And we huli, that kalo will never disappear. We're fighting for our water every single day. And trust me, we're going to be here long after, because I'll tell you what, blood is thicker than the paper. I'm going to close this with what my mom told me. She told me, son, I told you no once. I told you no twice. Now let me tell you no 3 times. Because we all know what happens. Mahalo, thank you.
Thank you, Clifford. Jennifer, Ahia, Joey, and then Ashley Naone.
Aloha mai kako. O Jennifer Noilani Ahia Ko'ui Noa. I am here on behalf of my kupuna, makua, my generation, and the many generations to come. I am of Kanaka Maoli, Portuguese, English, Irish, French, and Scottish ancestries that I know of. I was born on that continent to the east of us, belonging to the First Nations people over there and its supporters. I was raised as an American, not knowing that America was built on the blood of the American Indians and the backs of the slaves. Not something I'm proud of. And then several years ago, my kupuna on the other side from this ancestral homeland of mine called me home, and so I came, and I've been observing and learning about my culture and my history. So I speak to you today as a Hawaiian national of mixed ancestry. Excuse me. The Hawaiian kingdom was represented by many ethnicities that pledged loyalty to our queen, the aina, the culture, the ways of life, and the worldview of this place. The Hawaiian nation state was, is, and will continue to be sovereign. And so to all questions put forth by the Department of the Interior, my answer is no. The Department of Interior has no jurisdiction here. Your office is irrelevant here unless you have the authority to facilitate the deoccupation of Hawaii. I mean no disrespect to you as individuals, and I mahalo you for coming. I honor and respect my First Nation brothers and sisters you represent on the continent and throughout the world. There is no conflict between Kanaka Maoli and other First Nations people. The conflict is between the Hawaiian Nation and the American government who illegally occupy this land. The solution is deoccupation. Mahalo.
Mahalo. I have Joey, Ashley Naone, and Greg Wan.
Aloha panel, aloha everybody. Yeah, I just wanted to answer the questions already, and it's no. But since you guys are here, you know what you guys can do for us now? The Hawaiian Homes Act, the blood quantum, that needs to be dropped, gone already, because every Hawaiian should be able to qualify for Hawaiian homes. And the education system, I'm kind of disappointed as a father because I can't do nothing about it except speak, and then my words just go, just get thrown out. and I watched my kids fail through the education process, because I failed through the education process, through the indoctrination too, because that thing passed down from everybody to the generations and generations below. And we need to start training our children already. Hawaiian people, we need to start teaching our children already to revive the language. But yeah, my answer to the questions is no. Thank you, mahalo.
Thank you, Joy. Ashley, Greg, and then Raymond.
Aloha. My name is Ashley Naone, and to address the U.S. Department of Interior, my answers to your question and the document you presented is no. Because of the truth. The truth is that the Kingdom of Hawaii was internationally and legally established in the 1800s and still remains legally intact today. A part of that, I was asked by a family member to show this. This is one of the people who went around the globe to gather treaties for us, Timothy Ha'alilio. I guess the next step would be remedy. So to remedy the acts committed against the Hawaiian government or our kingdom under U.S. occupation, please address Kamana'o Crab's questions. When you go back to America respectfully, please begin the process of deoccupation. And a suggestion, include a third-party nation to balance the scales of justice, and realize that deoccupation is not a get-out-of-jail-free card, but it is a process in which we will have nation-to-nation relations. Thank you.
Thank you, Ashley. I have Greg Wan, Raymond, and after Raymond, number 29 is Justin Kanakaole.
Hi, my name is Raymond Kalani Pauko, and I reside in Kianai. All I need to say is, all your questions are no. Now let me get back to the Hawaiians. All we need to do is get together. All you guys doing is hooky. Everybody pulling each other down. Let's get together and let's move. I mean, everybody saying big eyes. How about doing something? No sense go home and talk. Do it now. Thank you.
Thank you. Is Justin Kanakaole? After Justin is Varna Nakihe.
How's it, everybody? My name is Justin Kanakole from Maui. I represent in the land division of Ko'olau, east side of Maui. Tonight, I would like to cite the July 7, 2014 Maui News article entitled "Water Customers Today to Receive Annual Report." And tonight, I'm also citing the Proclamation of Konehiki Acts, the highlighted document I gave to you tonight that was passed in the U.S. judicial system in 2010. The article I mentioned is biased. It is defaming me, and it don't mention me as one of the main water sources in Maui that the EMI guys stole from me, and it doesn't mention when exactly they stole the water, and that is a crime still going on today. I know that for a fact 60% of this water is diverted illegally from me, and because today so many depend on my water, I'm forced into de-reconciliations. EMI should be the ones to bust their concrete creation and explain to the community, not me. This is a conflict of interest, and I can take you to court, and I should. The Konehiki Act before you protects me as the wildlife, and so it serves. I state I activate that Konehiki Act on my life tonight. I want a written expression from either EMI or DOI to explain to me and the community that the government illegally took the rights to my water and built a weird operation in order to fulfill their domestic purposes that still serve today. I already stay in the kingdom. I own 10,111 acres of land plus my mineral rights. I have the first gate open and the foundation of a sovereign kingdom to Hawaii. All I need is a bank account to start serving my purpose. I'm coming from my $78 billion owed in tax reparations to my land of Ko'olau and all the L's I represent from over there. I want political power, and I'm in a good seat for it. I want a G5 relative summit here, because that's about the only thing you guys is good for tonight. Based on the Konehiki Act and EMI / DOI's FOP, I think you guys owe me a practitioner of that act before you guys, an explanation. A G5 relative summit is what I demand. Anything less is an insult. When my representatives reach World Court, and after you guys 3 strikes in USA judicial system, when you guys gonna lose, and you guys will lose, is where I'm gonna stake my claim of the 1990s genocide on my life. Justin Kliki Brionis Kanakole. The evidence of my own genocide was covered on KGMB9 News by then anchors Kelly Abe and Lisa Yaro when the 2 Sekonikis of the act before you and closed the EMI water gates for making one statement. They was gonna lift one back up there, but once EMI ignored the 2 Koniki acts, lifting the illegal water diversion back open to complete their genocide, and we got them all on tape. I am the living proof of the survival on genocide, if you will. That's why before you lies the proclamation of the Konikis Act. You see, this all stems from 20 years ago, when 2 Konikis said, give us back the water rights nicely. We took you guys to court. You guys went ignored them, and the repercussions of you guys' solitude is that very act which lies before you today. You guys lost in you guys' own judicial system. And through you guys' own judicial system, right there is how the thing will fall. The proclamation of Koniki Acts, Google it. It's important.
Thank you, Justin. I have Varna, Kiele, and then Ronnie Kawai.
Aloha kako, everybody. My name is Paul Maika Inakihe. I love you, Esther. You know, I was listening to Dr. Williamson Chang, and he said, no, he has never seen an occupier occupy a country longer than 100 years. He said he have never seen an occupier bring their people to settle in another country in his 37 years of law. You know, I'm not going to repeat what everybody said, but, you know, I wish through the process of your questions, you know, it sounds like a sermon, you know, like you're preaching a sermon through the process of the questions. No preach us a sermon, show us one, yeah? I hope you guys understand that all the meetings you guys went to, what we had to go through. Sit and go through the same thing over and over. So make mihi, put your money where your mouth is, yeah, and make mihi first before we can even trust the United States. You know, when I was little, my grandpa and my grandma used to talk Hawaiian, and I used to go there, go listen. I said, Grandma, what you saying? She told me, kuli kuli ko waha. Now my mo'opuna is talking Hawaiian, and I gotta tell him, what you saying? Gotta teach Grandma. You know, the one big thing, last month I went to Hawaiian Homes and I signed up my son and I said, give me 5, son, you're the 5,001 on the list. 5,000, you know? And when you guys go back, take that munchkin, Abercrombie with you guys, because he's sticking his hand, he's sticking his hand in the cookie jar, yeah? And we don't like settle for crumbs, we don't like crumbs, we like the whole cookie. Last but not least, bring my son home from Arizona. Oha, all the millions of dollars you guys spending, send me, the dads, the wives, the kids to go visit our sons and daughters in America. 4 years my son stay in Arizona. I don't see him. I raising the kids. So Oha, you get money. Send us up there, go see our ohana. Mahalo. No to all your questions.
Mahalo. I have number 31, Kiile. 32, Ronnie Kawai, Terry Kawai, and Meiling Acuna.
Hello. Sorry, I'm not Hawaiian, but my family, we all from Lahaina. My grandpa, he retired from Pioneer Mill, irrigation supervisor, and we just want to say that no to all 5 questions because, you know, way back when they signed the Ku'e petitions, people knew that it was going to be bad for them. And then you look like people like my grandpa, they made slaves of people working for the plantation. And, you know, and when we look at the future, you know, we don't see anything good there. You know, just going to be more of the same. It's not well, you know. The joint resolution that the United States claims is what effectively annexed Hawaii had no authority to do so. So I just hope that, I know you guys, you know, all the other meetings they said you guys could not do nothing actually, but I hope that somebody, anybody, will have the courage and the strength to say, the emperor has no clothes. You guys gotta stop already, you know. I feel sorry for you folks because you look tired. you know. And for me, you know, my grandparents taught me whenever you're looking tired, it's because you're working too hard, not meant to be. So, that's all. Thank you.
Thank you. Greg? After Greg, I have, go ahead, Greg. Ronnie, and then Terry and Mei-Ling. Go ahead, Greg.
Aloha. Oh yeah, you guys do look tired, sorry, but aloha, my name is Greg Maxwell Juan, and I'm saying no to the nation, or within a nation, and I want to move forward. I want to build upon what our kupuna has built for us, and I want to carry it on to our next generations and the future generations after that. I want a nation where Oiwi is controlling our nation, not no foreigners. I mean, yeah, you guys look tired and all. I think you guys need to stop and just give us back everything, you know. But I want to build our kingdom for the future generations, like I said before. And just to end it off short and sweet, our kupuna once said, "All ma ko e mina mina, ika puukala o ke opuni, ua lava ma ko ika pohaku, ika ai ka maha o ka aina." We don't want no money. We rather eat rocks instead. We rather have our land back instead too. Ke heva no mahalo.
Mahalo. Ronnie, and then Terry and Mei-Ling.
Aloha people, aloha panel. My name is Ronnie Kaili McCoy. I come from Ulupalaku Ranch. I was fortunate enough to live there and learn the old Hawaiian style. My kupunas taught me how to hunt the mountains for pigs and work the ocean for pea, crab, and live the old Hawaiian style. When I was 20, I had to leave the ranch, so that went my Hawaiian trip. It was hard to rent and stuff, so I had a hard time. I did wrong. I got locked up. I said I was sorry. I did my time. The court gave to me. You guys said you guys are sorry. When you guys gonna do you guys' time? I'm here to speak for all my, excuse me, people. I get hard time talk. I'm not used to this, but even my language, you gotta excuse because this is how I ended up talking when you guys took away my Hawaiian speech from me. My mom, my dad, everybody, my grandmother, and all talk Hawaiian. As a small boy growing up, I was always confused, like, "Oh, mama, come in and can teach me." No, boy, not the way it's there now. You know, can. Every time they talk about the kingdom, all my kupunas, all sad. They only look down. They don't like talk. Now I understand why. Do you guys understand what happened to us? And will you make a difference for us? Especially you, Esther. You get our cocoa. You should back us up when you go up there. Don't just put all this kind of stuff on the side because this coming from real kind Hawaiian people that work the land and we know how important the land. You guys take our land, poison them with chemtrails, put GMO products all on the, just like you guys trying to kill a kanaka off so that you guys can just take my mama. My mama is our aina and she not for sale. I don't know who this governor came over here and smiling on TV, talking like he likes sell our land. Not even our kings or queens could do that. So take this back to you people that matter and send the right guys over here because according to all my people, you guys not the right guys, but I just wanted for you to hear my story about how we Hawaiians suffer due to that from our kingdom being taken away. Thank you.
I have Terry, Mei-Ling, and Donna Gerard, and Michelle Ho'opi'i. Is Terry?
Aloha, my name is Terry Vares Kawai. I'm born in Lahaina, Maui, Kingdom of Hawaii. Whenever asked about my personal and professional life, what my nationality was, I remember reciting my ethnicities, which I have come to know is incorrect. However, I never answered that I was American. Those words never felt true to my soul. Even though it was pounded into us through your public schools, this is an effect of your indoctrination and racist behavior brought upon us by the United States. Plans used by the United States to brainwash all of us. And the gentleman from OHA that said, so what, that was a past, we need to move forward. If I had told my teachers that in history class, when I was forced there to sit there and digest all the United States history, I never would have graduated. With knowledge comes wisdom. If you don't know your history, then you will be lost in your future. I know who I am. I am Hawaiian national. This is my country of birth. My answer to all your questions is a resounding no. Thanks to the United States government, the families of Hawaii are forced to work 2, sometimes 3 jobs just to afford rent, food, clothing, insurance, and taxes. And yes, I said rent. My husband has been on the Hawaiian Homes waiting list for over 30 years, and he's 75% Kanaka. Most families here struggle paycheck to paycheck just to keep from being homeless. But I would like to thank you for your presence here in the islands for one reason only. There are many of us who are trying to regain our kingdom using many different paths, but what your presence has done is unite all of us together. We, with one mind and one accord, we stand together to restore what was illegally taken from us. So go and tell your commander-in-chief to send the right people. And take back with you your chemtrails, your GMO, your poisons, your DEA/CIA/drug lords, your empty promises, your illegal, greedy pharmaceutical companies, and be prepared to address the treaties and international laws you have broken, as well as the human rights violations that you have imposed upon us and impose upon us every single day. We protest forever the annexation of Hawaii until the very last aloha aina. Mahalo.
I have Mei-Ling Acuna, and then after Mei-Ling is Donald Gerard and Michelle Ho'opi'i.
In our panel, Department of Interior, aloha. My name is Mei-Ling Acuna, and I'm from Kahului. The issue of nation building and government-to-government relationship isn't about Native Hawaiian self-determination under the Hawaiian Homes Commission Act of 1920, but it is all about money and power. Under what authority does the proponents have for creating a Native Hawaiian nation? We have 2 corrupt agencies, the Department of Hawaiian Homelands and Office of Hawaiian Affairs, that have changed the relationship between Native Hawaiians and the citizens of Hawaii. Under the Hawaiian Homes Commission Act, there is no provision for the Office of Hawaiian Affairs. It was an arrogant and sinister act of the state of Hawaii in creating Office of Hawaiian Affairs. It is a state agency, and all eligible voters in Hawaii can vote OHA. So what is the purpose of OHA to Native Hawaiian and to a Native Hawaiian nation? Under the Act, OHA is not a legitimate representative of Native Hawaiians. In 1920, Prince Kohio went to Congress and introduced a bill called the Hawaiian Homes Commission Act of 1920, in which Congress enacted into law. The law identifies a Native Hawaiian beneficiary as having 1/2 or 50% the blood of an indigenous people who existed in Hawaii in ancient times. This is an important link to those of us today who have the 50% Hawaiian blood and can connect to our indigenous ancestors of pure Hawaiian blood and keep our rights and not be deprived of them without due process of the law. A good example of that link is me. My mother is of pure Hawaiian blood. I am 1/2 of my mother's pure blood. There are a few more out there in the audience, like myself, and we are not numbered in the hundreds of thousands that DHHL and OHA are claiming. Their numbers are inflated and distorted. I don't think they are determining their beneficiaries under the rule of law. I know my viewpoints are going to get It's not going to get any further than this meeting. However, my suggestion is that the Department of Interior or the U.S. government use the legitimate beneficiaries that are the few in numbers than the masses and will only continue the failure to a solution and the preservation of a dying race. To freedom and liberty, mahalo.
Thank you. I have Donald Gerard, Michelle Ho'opi'i, and Foster. I hope you don't mind. Okay.
Hello, my kako. My name is Donald Gerard. First of all, this pala pala is opala. To all your questions, I say no. Thank you.
Donald. Michelle Ho'opi'i.
Aloha. My name is Michelle Ho'opi'i. I'm from Wai'ehu. And to all your questions, 1 through 19, I say no. The voices of the people have spoken. I echo those voices. We are Kanaka. We are not Indian. We are a nation. We don't want to build another one. We want communication and transparency, not hidden agendas. Give back what is rightfully ours, not what was stolen and rationed back to us. To those leaders, the Native Hawaiian community, to the state and congressional delegates, we are Kanaka, we are not Indian. We are a nation, we do not want to build one. We want communication and transparency, not hidden agendas. We are a family, we're not your enemy. Talk to us, we are here. We are listening, and we are willing to kokua. Mahalo.
Mahalo, Michelle. I have Chloe Kahului and then Kanaloa Koko. Kau'i is number 41 and Kanaloa is 42. And I have 154.
Hello, Raka. Nakupuna. Na mahawoi. To all your 5 questions that you have on your letter, Aole, and to the other 19. I'm not going to even waste my time talking to you folks up here, because you guys had the whole archipelago going already. A resounding Aole to you folks. I'm here to talk to my Kanakas tonight. Look at you folks today. Look, Maui, look around you. Stand up, look around you. So, you know, just you folks coming out here tonight, or coming here, something good had happened. Around the islands, we've never gathered like this, never gathered. My only hope is that when we leave tonight, folks, we do not stop. We do not stop. We keep this canoe going. We keep this canoe going. The brother Kalekwa said over there, we all on one canoe, guys. Only one va'age. All you gotta do is pick your seat and start stroking. You let me stroke or you let me the power man go ahead. This is awesome. Awesome to see all the Kanakas in the room. On one voice. One voice. That's all is being said over here. I hope you folks are listening, not with deaf ear, blind eye. Take it home. It's not a coincidence that we're here tonight, Kanakas. It's not a coincidence that any of this is happening in Hawaii today, in our time, because it's supposed to happen in our time. So when our keikis come up with all the olelo they're learning today, they're going to close this book. We are here to make sure we puka that. That's our job today. We're going to make that puka for them with that ihe, and they're going to come and they're going to close them. And they're going to make that pa'a for us. All right? Love you, Kanakas. Continue to fight. No stop. All right? Aloha.
Mahalo. Kanaloa. After Kanaloa, I have Kahu Kapaku. I hope you don't mind. We're going to let those who haven't spoken. So Kanaloa.
Aloha. My name is Kanaloa Kakino Koko. I'm of the noble family of all the kings and queens of this islands. I attended a meeting about 15 years ago with the late Senator Inouye, who was a panel member, who stated, "Where is the monarchy family of Queen Okalani?" No one answered. Senator Inouye knew that the monarchy family of Queen Okalani is the proper complaintive party for the injured people of the private property of the trust that was formed. Point being, number one, private property. King Kamehameha III in 1841 gave up all his ownership of the kingdom land and formed a 1/3 shareholders documented private gift trust for the people as the private property trust of the kingdom, with a 25% in the crown treasuries of the 1/3 collected from taxes and revenues, along with a 1/4 acre of land to any Hawaiian subject who were not allocated any land. The trust was extended to the sovereign successor, Queen Leokalani, and her family as the beneficiary trustees for the people. Pointing being international law. If a nation is invaded, annexed, occupied by another nation, private property cannot be seized. Entitlements. The chosen noble representative of the Queen's family, Hawaiian delegate groups, the people of Hawaii, will organize themselves and file their entitlement trust rights as a 1/3 shareholder along with other interests of their ancestors and become the proper complaintive party. Annex, King Kalakaua, documented in 1879, strongly directed to the United States Treasury ministers before the Hawaiian legislature and said, by this treaty, under no circumstances, Hawaii would ever be annexed by United States or any other nation. The 7-year treaty with United States was to end in 1894, but the treaty was breached and broke in 1893 by a minister of the United States who participated in the illegal downfall of the Hawaiians. Blood quantum violate the supreme laws of human and discrimination, making United States the supreme master over another race of people outside its nation. Charges will be filed in the criminal courts of humanity for the numerous complaints of evidence specifying injury facts of the infringement of the Hawaiian people's human rights, for the criminal conspiracy of fraud, deception, and extortion by accepting and trading stolen property, the people of Hawaii. The conduct of the United States against Hawaii has not been admirable. The world is watching.
Thank you, Kanaloa. I have now Desmond Yap, 47 is Trinette Furtado, John Grant, George Kaimiola, and Tom Cannon. Is Desmond Yap here? Trinette Furtado?
Aloha mai kako, o wau o Trinette Kimberly Uilani Furtado, noho au ma haiku. I am so proud to see so many people here, and not just the people that are present, those that have come before us and those that are to come. These are the people, all these people and the people that have come behind me and the people that have come before me. They're who give me the mana right now to speak to you. The urgency that finds you here is hewa. Only now, after this pilikia of the Royal Commission of Kana'iolowalu, unveiled as a way to make our voices heard, quote unquote. The collection of names, the scare and bribe tactics used, finally, the combination of several lists to make one list, one roll. It gave nobody voice, not one, aware. And then to be told that myself, my ohana, my keiki's keiki after me, if I did not place my name on that list, we would not be able to have our own rights to determine what we do, where our nation would go. That's hewa. He Hawaii au, mau au mau, roll or no roll. I say emphatically, a'ole, to all of your questions. These questions come from a place that allows no other avenue than the U.S. facilitating and recognizing a process that only fortifies their continued benefits of occupying and subjugating Kanaka Maoli. There is no yes when you refuse to recognize our rights to establish our own government-to-government relationship. We already have one. We are not a tribe. We have never been a tribe and will never be one. We are Kanaka Maoli. We see what the U.S. has done to First Nations peoples on the continent. Has that been a successful and pono government-to-government relationship? I ask that when you go home, again, as others have mentioned, please listen, not just with your ears and your hearts, but with your humanity. As a people, as yourself, considering yourself sovereign, can you continue to advocate for things that subjugate a whole bunch of sovereign people? Mahalo for your time.
Thank you. I have Desmond Yat, then John Grant, and George Kaimiola.
Aloha. I'm Desmond Yap. I come from Maui. Both sides of my family is from Maui. The powerful United States has recognized their wrongdoing and apologized for it. Its representatives have come here tonight to work with us to correct and make restitution for what the United States has done. Queen Lili'u wanted no bloodshed to come to her people, or even that of the other side, because she was a true Christian who loved her enemies, and that no harm was to come to anyone. However, our queen also stood for truth and knew this day would come when her descendants would rise for justice and demand a better life for themselves. Maui, we are the example to the rest of Hawaii and a nation that we are united, that we stand together regardless of our political views, where we stand on the mountain and the differences taught in each generation. Keakua's presence is here tonight because of the love and aloha we possess. What we have in common, despite our disagreements on politics, is we share the same history. We have the same Kanaka DNA. We speak the same language from our hearts, hold its values, and believe that without God, a nation is impossible. They believe they are doing the right thing too, but we should keep pushing forward together. As Uncle Walter Reedy tells us over and over, keep your eyes on the prize, and that is unity. That is unity. That is unity. Here are some of the restitution, if you could help us with, my brothers and sisters. These are issues that we face every day. Monthly compensation, free quality health care, a house for every Hawaiian, have decision-making power in development, have say in military activity, have the right to handling our own people in the judiciary system, planning and building an indigenous Hawaiian university, restoring the water that was promised, creating the curriculum for Hawaiian history in public schools. And let me close with this. And God bless you all, and I love you all, and our nation is right around the corner, and we pau. I pick Kalekoa for represent us Maui people. If we're going to organize, Oha has the money. Kalekoa should represent Maui. I'm Desmond Yap. I love you all.
Mahalo, Desmond. I now have John Grant, George Kaimiola, and Tom Cannon.
I'm not Hawaiian. I'm Irish. And I come to you with the history of what happened to you. The same thing happened to us. These people have no right to be here. All right? They represent the organization that repressed you. Did the same kind of thing happen to us for 400 years. They finally left with a lot of persuasion. The questions they're asking, that very fact that they asked the question puts you underneath them. There's no answer to those questions. Those questions don't exist. You're sovereign people. Stand up. We had the same fight in Ireland, and we had a lot of factions, like I see a lot of factions here. Okay, we finally came to one thing, a name of a political party, it's called Sinn Féin. Ourselves alone, yourselves alone. You can do this. They can't. I can't. Thank you. Thank you.
Mahalo, John. Do I have George?
Aloha, my name is George Manolani Ka'imiola, and I say no to all 5 of your questions. I tell all my friends and I tell people that I meet that I'm a conspiracy theorist and that I took the red pill, based on the matrix, right? You take the blue pill, you go back into the matrix because you remain unconscious. But if you take the red pill, you go through the rabbit hole and you become aware of everything that's around you. So I took the red pill. And I think that a lot of Hawaiians took the red pill when Dr. Kamana Opono Crab sent that letter to Secretary of State Kerry. And then everybody up in Washington, D.C. was like, hey, the Hawaiians took the red pill, the Hawaiians took the red pill. Send the agents, and that's why you guys stay. Yeah? So, but I'm wondering, wait, I only get 2 minutes. I'm wondering why they sent the Department of Interior versus the State Department. And I was like, why did they do that? Why did they do that? I don't know. So the red pill started kicking in, and my friend would send me the Charter of the United Nations and Statute of International Court of Justice. Chapter 1, Article 2, Item 7 says, nothing contained in the present charter shall authorize the United Nations to intervene in matters which are essentially within the domestic jurisdiction of any state. Wow, sound familiar? What happened in 1894, July 4th? The Republic of Hawaii was proclaimed, and they told President Cleveland that what had happened in January 17, 1893 is none of his business because it's a domestic affair. Stay out of it. And that's what's happening again. So, let's go back to the matrix. This is what had happened. This is my conspiracy theory. That what had happened was some people went to Washington, D.C. and they said, hey, you know what? I'm willing to take the blue pill. Just put me back in the matrix. I don't care. Just make me wealthy and make me somebody important. Okay? And so, the part that I love the best is that when he take the steak, he cut the meat and he hold it up and he goes, I know that the steak does not exist. So in this case, the state of Hawaii does not exist. But the matrix is telling me, or the United States government is brainwashing me into believing that it's juicy and delicious. And there's one thing that I realize, and he takes the bite and he savors it and goes, ignorance is bliss. Just put me back in the matrix. What I'm saying is that do not deal with the guys that take the blue pill. Talk to all the guys that took the red pill because we get the answers. Mahalo.
Mahalo, George. I have number 50 is Tom Cannon, and then I have Punahele Ho'opi'i, and then Tasha Kama and Elizabeth Gapero.
Thank you. Aloha kako. I'm Tom Cannon, born in Wailuku, Maui. As documented in the federal 1893 Blount Report and 1993 Apology Bill, the United States caused the overthrow of the sovereign nation of Hawaii in acts counter to the treaties that existed between the two countries at the time. The United States did not overthrow the Hawaiian race or the Hawaiian tribe. In 1893, most of the citizens of the Hawaiian nation were of the Hawaiian race. But like the United States and most other nations, the Kingdom of Hawaii was a multiracial nation. Article 3 on page 76 of the Statutes of King Kamehameha says, quote, all persons born within the jurisdiction of this kingdom, whether of alien foreigners or naturalized or of native parents, and all persons born abroad of a parent native of this kingdom and afterwards coming to reside in this, shall be deemed to owe native allegiance to His Majesty. All such persons shall be amenable to the laws of the Kingdom of Hawaii as native subjects. My great-great-grandfather was a citizen of England who was an engineer hired by Kamehameha III to oversee the original dredging of Honolulu Harbor. My great-grandfather and my grandfather were both born in the Hawaiian Kingdom. They supported the Hawaiian monarchy and were amenable to the kingdom laws as native subjects, although they were not of the Hawaiian race. It is important to differentiate between persons of the Hawaiian race and citizens of the Hawaiian nation. All people of the Hawaiian race are citizens of the Hawaiian nation, but not all citizens of the Hawaiian nation are of the Hawaiian race. It is very appropriate to have programs for the benefit of people of the Hawaiian race, as no other group of citizens of the Hawaiian nation has been so wronged by the effects of the overthrow and suffered more than the Hawaiian citizens of the Hawaiian race. However, in order for the federal settlement related to Hawaiian sovereignty not to be deemed contrary to U.S. Constitution,
The settlement must be based upon a resolution of differences with the all citizens of the nation of Hawaii in January of 1893, regardless of race. I'm going to summarize here. To base discussion and resolution of the federal issue of Hawaiian sovereignty solely upon race would be to misconstrue the historic facts and doom the effort due to the conflict with the U.S. constitutional assurances of fundamental civil rights and the freedom of racial discrimination. It is the nation of Hawaii you need to be thinking about, not a tribe and not anything else. Thank you.
Thank you. I have number 52 is Punahele Ho'opi'i, then Tasha Kama, and then Elizabeth Gapero and Pedro Gapero. Punahele? Okay.
Aloha mai kākou. I don't know, there's nothing much I can say to you guys that you already haven't heard. So I'm gonna give you a break because you guys are getting dirty lickings for 2 weeks. But it's really a blessing to see everybody here. And I was one of the 120,000 or whatever that put my name on Kana'i Oluwalu. And you know, for kind of like for 2 reasons. One, because I was tired of the fighting, and not against the government, but between ourselves all these years. You know, whose sovereignty group is the best, who gonna be the leader, and all these things. And really, it's just irrelevant at this point in the game. And you know, and at some point in my life, I thought, you know what, we just take the scraps, take what they're gonna give us, because we never gonna be independent. And today, when I see everybody here, it really changes my heart. And over the past 2 weeks, seeing all of what was going on, as of last night, I took my name off the list. And I do believe that we can become a nation. And the fact that they're here, this is our ho'ailona right now. They are the ho'ailona, that it is our time. So back to you, the answer is no. Mahalo.
Thank you, Punahele. Tasha, and then Elizabeth and Pedro, and then Kehao.
Aloha mai kākou, my people. And aloha to our panel who is visiting us from 11,000 miles away. I want to thank you for the opportunity to testify on the advance notice of proposed rulemaking, otherwise known to me as a heads up of what you intend to do. I am the fourth eldest of 11 children born to Reverend Clarence Kamai and Ruth Leigh Evoliko, the granddaughter of Kalanui Wakine Kona of Kaimuki and Rose Maiki Gilman of Waimea, Kauai, and of William Kalaiku Kamai of Keahia, Huayalai, and Rose Kaue of Kauaihau, Kauai. I'm the sister of 10 siblings, an aunt to 34 nieces and nephews, 30 grandnieces and grandnephews, and 2 great-grandnieces and nephews. I'm the wife of 44 years of David Kama of Waimanalo. I'm a mother of 11 children, grandmother of 26 grandchildren, and great-grandmother of 1 granddaughter. And the total descendants from my father and mother is 104 descendants of 5 generations. My father was a 22-year veteran in the U.S. Army and served in World War II, the Korean conflict, and the Vietnam War. 4 of my siblings and my daughter served in the U.S. Army, which gives us the opportunity tonight to be here to speak our mind, to offer solutions, and by participating in undoing past injustices. I am deeply appreciative of your presence in my beloved island, and am reminded of this inscription: our nation honors her sons and daughters who answered the call to defend a country they never knew and a people they never met. I honor you for coming to these islands and sitting through the hearings with true grit. God bless you, and God help us in our deliberations tonight as we go forward in the name of my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. I'm also grateful for the federal state task force that came in 1983 that cast a light on the shortcomings of both the federal and state governments in administrating their fiduciary responsibilities to the Native Hawaiians. For the Native Hawaiian Study Commission Minority Report, which bore witness to the sufferings of the Native Hawaiian people. And for the Hawaiian Homelands Recovery Act of 1996, which returned 16,000 acres of land to the Hawaiian Homelands Trust, including what we now know today as Kahului, with the largest and most thriving Hawaiian homestead community. And finally, we have a Native son in the White House, sending his cabinet members here to assist his host family to resolve past hurts, and none of us alive today should ever be held responsible for what happened yesterday. So my answer to the questions, number one, is yes. I do not want to let the federal government off the hook. I want to have a conversation with them. I want our Native Hawaiian government to have a conversation with them, a deep one, a true one, a meaningful one that actually tries to restore justice back to our people, and when justice cannot be restored, to look at remedies that can be done to help our people. So I thank you tonight.
I have Elizabeth, and then Pedro, and then Kehau.
Aloha, my name is Elizabeth Gapero. I was born in these islands long before it was a state, and in my opinion, it should have stayed a territory at the very least. I do not want the Secretary of the Department of Interior to propose that we have any more administrative rules to facilitate a government-to-government relationship. I'm a citizen of the United States. I'm not Hawaiian by blood. I live on Hawaiian homelands with my husband, who is Hawaiian. And it's been my experience traveling just all over the world, and especially in the United States, that any time the federal government gets into what you do, it turns out very bad. 40 years ago, I went to what's called a tribal reservation. It was bad then, and I had the opportunity. It's bad for the people that are just like you and I, living every day, trying to scratch a living. I went back about 4 years ago, and now they've got gambling. And you think it was bad 40 years ago? It's worse. And we have a governor, the little troll, who's in bed with another former governor, and they are in about money and land equals power to them. I recommend that we unite tonight, stay in touch, because these people are out to take everything. They're out for the money. They don't care about you, the people. I work in the schools every day. I go to different schools administered by the DOE. I see those suspended lists. All of them are Hawaiians, and it shouldn't be like that. That $4 million that they took, that John Waihe'e, to create this new Kauai Olavalu, that's wrong. All he did was copy and paste, and in my book, copy and pasting ain't worth even $1 million. Be careful. This is just a hearing. They've heard you. They'll do what they want anyway. Thank you.
I have Pedro, and then after Pedro, I have Kehau.
Aloha. Thank you, panel, for coming to Maui. Enjoy your trip home. Take this in heed. Your questions that you have for us, that's a no. It's a capital N-O. We're here today to voice our opinions, and we don't need another country telling us how to run our government. Let the Hawaiians run their own government. The questions that you have for us today makes no sense to me. I'm off the subject, but Kanai Olavalu, my name is on that list. I didn't sign for that. My name is on the Kauai Inuan list, and I think that's illegal, so we need to investigate all 100-something thousand votes for cost $4 million? I don't think so. Anyway, thank you for coming. Aloha.
Mahalo. I have Kehau, and then after Kehau, I have James Kimmel and John Bean.
Aloha ohana. My name is Rini Mae Keholani Alan Lamho Filimoi Atu. Welcome to my sister Esther and your friends to our Moku o Maui, just one island that makes up the rest of the homelands of Hawaii. Welcome to my sense of place, and you all have certainly traversed our entire nation. Born and raised on the island of Maui, my ancestors have sprinkled the slopes of Haleakala, and my desire is to also return to dust here. My plea to you is yes. Yes, hear the voices who cry out, painting our history, even as we live in another century, 2 centuries later. Yes, still there is an enabling movement of victimization. Yes, our nation has a lot to do to clear, reconcile, and make ourselves even more powerful as a people. And to allow us that time to mihi the heva, I will say yes to your question number 1. Let us take that step. At this moment, I see no, or I can think of no other reason why we should not take advantage of the DOI of the USA. Yes to your question of number 2. I stand to assist and kokua and challenge you to support us in our differences. I challenge everyone who will, holomua. I and others have been in the struggle for a lifetime, and I don't believe I have another 50 years to wait. And I know that if at any time we deem this process as a deterrent to our self-determination, I can change my mind and object and bail, leaving you to clean up the mess you all will have gotten into. But, and perhaps by then, we as a nation yearning to be recognized will have somewhat, somehow, forged a pathway to forming a government acceptable to all. I speak for myself, my ohana who trust my mana'o, and like thinking Hawaiians, from 0 to 1,000% koko, who shudder in silence, wanting more than what we have now for our kupuna and the generations to come. So mahalo for your tolerance, mahalo for your endurance, mahalo just for your presence. Mahalo to the Hawaiian in the White House for at least giving us the opportunity to go forward, to attempt to make a Native Hawaiian history different than one of yesteryear.
Thank you. No. I would ask that the next person is, are you James Kimmel? Right. After James Kimmel is number 59, and it's 8 o'clock. I want you to know I have 154. So thank you for staying within the time limit.
Aloha, everybody. Aloha, panel. Brothers and sisters, the kingdom of God is at hand, meaning a return to the high spiritual concept of Jesus, who proclaimed that the kingdom is the will of his heavenly Father, dominant and transcendent in the heart of the believer. The kingdom of heaven, the divine government of the spiritual brotherhood of all humankind, is also at hand. The kingdom of heaven consists in these 3 essentials. First, recognition of the fact of the sovereignty of God. Second, faith in the, second, belief in the truth of sonship with God. And third, faith in the effectiveness of the supreme human desire to do the will of God, to be like God. And through faith you can have all these essentials of salvation. My name is James D. Kimmel. I was born a United States citizen near Canton, Ohio in 1935 and became a naturalized citizen of the Hawaiian Nation shortly after March 13th, 1999, when the kingdom was reinstated. I'm here tonight in Hawaii by the will of God and as an ambassador of the Prince of Peace and sovereign creator of the universe in which we find ourselves out here on the edge of the great Milky Way galaxy. This Prince of Peace is the same person referred to by Queen Liliuokalani in her official protest of June 17, 1897, where she said, "And to the Almighty Ruler of the universe, to him who judgeth righteously, I commit my cause." This same person is also referred to by the authors of the American Declaration of Independence as their creator and the supreme judge of the world to whom they look for the rectitude of their intentions. After 227 years of the evolution of political sovereignty in the United States government has become increasingly corrupted following the progressive abrogation of their Constitution and destruction of the supreme law of the land. Sorry, I've got to quit.
Thank you, Mr. Kimmel. I now have Kelly Inchong, and then is John Beatty here, and then Bezo Oshiro.
Aloha kako. Kelly Insiang, Ko'inoa. First of all, I want to say no to all 19 questions. All the testimony that you all heard on record in opposition to your fictitious offer are of the truth. I would like to give a little background. I have a BA and an emphasis in Administration of Justice and currently working on a master's degree. Over the last few weeks, I have witnessed three types of parties involved in these meetings. I want to discuss my findings through a criminology perspective. First of these three types are involved in these meetings are the psychopathic, psychological perpetrators that are psychopaths. Sorry, I'm kind of nervous right now. There's 7 criteria for being a psychopath. Insensitive disregard for the feelings of other people. 2, incapacity to maintain a relationship. 3, reckless disregard for the safety of others. 4, aggressiveness. 5, deceitfulness, repeated lying and conning of others for profit. 6, incapacity to experience guilt. And 7, the failure to conform to social norms and respect the law. I think you guys fit all 7 of it. The second type is the people that invited you, the victims that invited you. These victims are called in criminology Stockholm Syndrome. So Stockholm Syndrome also related to child abuse, battered abused women, prisoners of war, cult members, criminal hostage situations, and concentration camp prisoners. The third type and the last type, is the victims, the ones that are telling the truth. Everybody inside here. In closing, we Kanaka have a direct link to Akua. Akua has protected us since the time of the oppression and has protected this nation. Akua has blessed us to this time, and if you don't believe me, well, you guys over here, go up to Halakala, fill you guys' bags with rocks, and take them back with you guys to Washington, D.C., and share all that rocks as gifts. And tell us what happens. Okay. Also, for everybody out there, that we need to keep this going and keep this awakening going. And Imua.
Number 60 is John Beatty, and then Bezo Oshiro and Lavaina Malikapu.
Aloha panel, thank you for your time. Thank you, people, for listening to me. My name is John Beatty. There you go. I bring warm greetings from the Cree Chippewa Nation in Montana. They align with you fully. I talked with some of our chiefs this morning. They were amazed to know what's happening here. They made the comment, are they still using your islands for target practice? I said, no. They said that's good because they used to use us for target practice. I'm very lucky to be a haole that's lived here for 10 years with the warmth of everyone. I'm an automotive instructor. I approached the true government, this one here, to offer my services for people that are having a hard time keeping their cars going. Hawaii tears up cars. I'm hoping that we can start a trade school, a co-op, where people can repair their cars themselves with the help of instructors, qualified people, and to train our youth. I've watched this government do so many amazing things I can't tell you. The court hearings with the Baldwins are unbelievable. They're kicking their ass. To this group, I only ask one thing. Why are you not helping this government financially in any way? They have done so much with so little. These people have done things that you have not been able to do ever. I ask you to support them more. I feel they've jumped through all the hoops, signed all the dots and T's to qualify as a government. Thank you very much for listening to me.
Number 62 is Basil Oshiro. After Basil is Lavina Mali'ikapu, and then Elvin Kamuku.
Aloha, staff. All you good-looking people out here. Yeah, the Kanaka Maole, Kama'aina, Malahini. Aloha. My name is Basil Oshiro. I'm testifying opposing the 5 questions that you folks posted on us. Looking at what's happening over here, we're all on the same page out here. Otherwise, we wouldn't be here. And that's a good thing for Hawaii. Speaking in one voice. That's what we need. Yeah? All this mess started when some or more than one organization went to you folks and did something up there, or whatever they did, caused this mess to uprise again, open up. It's a good thing, because we all out here as one voice, one ohana, which is a winner now. So, looking at the questions, the state and federal still wants to be in control. And the people of Hawaii saying, ole, this ain't gonna happen. Yeah? So now, which way do we go? Yeah? There's 2 laws in Hawaii, the Kingdom Law with the Constitution and the Western Law and their Constitution. Yeah? Now, my kapuna always told me to watch out for that boogeyman. Yeah? The negative side of what might happen. Yeah? Does the Kingdom Law have welfare, Social Security, which most of us paying into right now, grants, income supplements? Yeah? Are we going back to the old ways again, like ni hao, and live off to our natural resources? So again, Who's going to be our leader? Where did we go from here? Yeah? All this has to be worked out. We got a kuka. The organization's got to come to the table and finish up. And talk story with us. See what the people want. A win-win solution. So people out there, hang tough. Speak in one voice. And we can get this done. Mahalo.
Thank you, Basil. I have number 65, Lavina Mali'ikapu, and then Elvin Kamaku.
Aloha mai kako, Maui, mua. And panel, welcome to Maui. My answer to all your questions are a'ole, 1 through 19. My name is Lavina Pua'a Mali'ikapu, and I do reside in Maui. I am a Kanaka, but most of all, I am a Kanaka Ma'ole. Not only is it unconstitutional, but the administration has no authority to enter into such a relationship. Former State Attorney General Michael Lillis has said Hawaiians have no tribes, and therefore the United States cannot enter into a treaty relationship. So I am not a United States citizen, nor am I not a native Hawaiian, nor am I part of any tribe. I am Kanaka Ma'ole. So let me iterate this little piece of the Native Hawaiian community reps. So sorry you gotta be here, but they should be up there. They do not contact these communities to pass on the message to the people in Washington. They should be here to acknowledge the opala and the wrong they have done to the community. They do not carry standards of high in this community at the moment. So let me just read this real quick, Auntie. This is between the reps of the Native Hawaiian community, small kind. The Interior could not process our application because Hawaiians were not Indians. Now that the Akaka bill has been amended to say Hawaiians are Indians. Although the Akaka bill cannot move in Congress because the House is controlled by the Republicans, we can go to Obama to have him issue an executive order to Interior directing them to move our application. OHA trustees have approved the approach and already voted weeks ago to give the Royal Commission Kanai Oluvalu about $2 million more dollars. The Kau Inoa registration has been turned over, as we know, to the Royal Commission Kanai Oluvalu. And remember now, without your permission. Okay? My tutus are dead, but they are on that list. I just had to take off my family. How is that, people? But do you understand what Kanai Oluvalu will do with that signatures? They will make you a U.S. citizen, and that's what they call domestic law. So Maka'ala people, wake up, okay? So a'ole, a'ole, and when you go home, may the Lord bless you and keep you in His light, because you guys will need Him. Aloha.
I've got 40 minutes, and I'm at number 66, Elvin Kamaku, and then I have Kukini Mauli, and then Rose Dewey. Do I have Elvin here? Do I have Kukini? Rose Dewey. After Rose, I have, is it Olivia? And then 72 is Dana Naone Hall.
Aloha Kako. Aloha Mr. Hirsch. Aloha dear Sister Esther. I know where your heart is. Don't let anybody challenge that. Aloha
Miss Sue that was there, and aloha, Ms. Marrero. I am Rosemary Ho'olulahui Lindsay Dewey. I am a Hawaiian by descent. I was born and raised in Lahaina, Maui, and now reside in Iao Valley, Wailuku, Maui. I am quite knowledgeable on this matter, as I have been involved in many attempts to reach a political sovereignty of self-governance. I am not the only one that have been doing this. We have 120,000 people who have signed Kana'i Oluwalu to hold an aha, to make a decision for the Hawaiians to be able to have self-governance and their nation. I am very supportive of that. I am very appreciative of your attempt to assist us in some way through your process of government to government, for it raises the passion within us to continue the movement of political sovereignty in some shape or form. Tonight and throughout the islands, you have been witnessing the best in us and the worst in us. We are the products of a kingdom and Americanization. Some of us have walked up here in clothes like this. This is Americanized. I didn't come up here in a kepa or a malu like some of the men try to pretend they are. We are so conflicted. We want this, we want that, we want self, we want government, we want nation to nation, we want government to government. We need a process that can bring us all together to aha this, to work together, to come to a conclusion and to say to them, we are a nation and we want a nation to nation. That's what we want. We don't want a government recognition of a tribe. I, however, vote no to all 5 of your questions because I firmly believe in a full redress of our stolen kingdom, not just for entitlements, although because the United States role in the 1893 overthrow, we should receive them. For me, full redress can only come through an aha. I've been in Aloha Aina. I've been in Hawaii. I have been in Kue. I have been all over these organizations. I have been on Nakupuna, and I have not seen this nation rise yet. I am totally frustrated by our Hawaiian people coming here and showing disrespect for you and for some of the rest of us by criticizing what we're doing. We are trying to head to the same nation. We want a nation-to-nation relationship with the United States and all of the rest of the countries. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Rose. I have now Kukini Mauli, and then after that, okay, please come up in 2 minutes.
Mahalo. Thank you guys for coming. Thank you everybody. Oh, this is beautiful. This is how we're supposed to be. One. You know, I don't know how many years we gotta go through the same thing. Last time you guys came, you guys brought 2 people. We respect you guys, we love you guys. We are a nation here. The kingdom still stands, the law is still here. I use it, I challenge it, I walk with it. You know, when they put me in prison the second time, Akua said, one thing we need to do for them, we need to come together to be that one. You know, yeah, a lot of people speak, we got about 50 groups out there, everybody will be the kingdom. Well, a king will be on the throne for a long time. It's nice to see a lot of people here tonight. You know, more and more started to wake up and understand what's going on, what was taken away. It's still here. When are they going to return it? You know, whatever they took from us, just bring it back. We will love you guys. We're going to work with you guys. But enough is enough. Destroying, evicting, illegally. How can we beat the system? I tried everything. By law. Can't go nowhere. Everybody knows what's happening, what's going on. The government exactly knows what's going on. Please, I hope you guys took these messages. And no, from here to the airport, plan to trash can. Eh? Don't throw them away. Look into these and make the right decision for our people, especially our kids, our kupunas. You know, enough is enough. We have to work with all. Mahono and Aole for the 5 questions. But thank you guys for being here to hear us out. What a blessing trip. You guys have a free, safe journey, yeah? Love you guys.
I have now, is it Olivia? And then I have Dana, did she go home? She went. Then I have Ka'ala Ho'okele.
Good evening. I'll make this short and sweet so everybody else can testify. The answer to the 5 questions is no. And the reason why it's no is because you don't have the jurisprudence to practice what you're practicing here in this land. The other reason why I'm testifying here is because my great-great-grandfather went on record way back in 1893, and that's why I'm here. I am Kanaka. My families come from Waihe and Honolulu on a Big Island. So I am from here. Mahalo.
Mahalo. I have 73 as Ka'ala, and then I have Huli.
Aloha kākou, mahalo ke akua, mahalo na kupuna, mahalo. Auntie, you're only going to take up time, we're going to be fast. Because listen, people need to hear a message, okay? These guys, they're just as beautiful as all of us. And they're just as much to blame as all of us for what had happened. It's not for us for ask them for our sovereignty back. It's for us for demand it. But we need to organize ourselves and we need to forgive ourselves first and foremost. They didn't say sorry in 1993. They didn't admit to what they call a public apology, a U.S. public law. My question tonight to Esther is, how long have you been an American Hawaiian Indian? And what benefits and privileges is attributed to you that the rest of us don't have? Secondly, my question to Ray is, you said that you guys honor domestic law. Well, we don't like nothing what you have, but I give you permission to authorize the Department of Justice to place all of you under arrest, okay, for collusion to promote fraud and continue to deprive our Hawaiian people of what is rightfully ours. Now, for the people out there in TV land, the people who think we like kick them off this rock, that's not the case. We're not racist, and the fact that we marry your sons and daughters should prove it, that we're not racist. We people of aloha, and we love everybody. But just like you love your nation and you're proud to be American, we're proud to be Kanaka. So we need to organize ourselves. The first thing the United States did when they were going to liberate the people of Kuwait after they delivered all these weapons of mass destruction was they ran one election. Now, we've been running these elections according to the Constitution after we reinstated our country on March 13, 1999. We came before OHA in 2010 and we didn't ask for funds for support the election. You guys know who OHA is? OHA is a state agency, but more importantly, that's our family. That's our Ohanas over there that told us, no, that's the state's money. We can only pay lawyers and lobbyists in Washington for go promote one fraud. That's all we can do. We cannot do this. But people on Maui, beautiful, aloha. So this is all I'd say, but I like to end this with one song for lighting the mood over here.
Wait, brother, you know what? I'm really
okay,
sorry.
I'm going to turn up the mic then, Auntie. Go, call the next person.
Yeah.
I like to teach the world to sing Hawaii for me. And hear it echo through the hills for all the world to see. I like to build the world a home in the kingdom of Hawaii.
Can I call Huli Rivera?
It's the real thing. Reinstate. Don't hesitate. Just reinstate because it's meant to be.
Okay, Carla, if you don't mind, I will tell everybody we've got only 30 minutes left, and I'm on number 74, and I've got 158 people. So when we take more time, the next person doesn't get to speak. So I've got Huli Rivera, Kaliko Lewis, Cavello Wright, and Earl, I can't tell your last name. So please, Huli.
Hello, Kako. I wrote this down earlier. I'm going to try and make them fast. I watch a Kaku and I understand that you guys said there is no process on making the wrong right. And that is why I want to address the now. After hearing the souls of us Hawaiians, I hope you take it to heart and act on it as the message is being transported to America. Not just transporting it, but act on it. We feel things need to be done now for the fact that you took away most of our culture, our language, our practices. We basically are prisoners in our own home. And it's hard to accept the fact that I gotta scrounge and scratch to find my keikis, aina. I gotta come home at 32 years old and ask one out of ethnicity to teach me my language for a cost. What you guys doing right now telling we get limited time is a slap in the face. We waited this long, you guys should stay till whatever time. You should have more than 174 signatures. We get more people in here that like voice. So all I get to say to our people is all of us come together. I'm glad we're here. And the best thing I can say is my heart VPO. Don't give up. Aloha.
Mahalo, Huli. I have Kaliko Lewis, Cavello Wright, and then Earl. Kaliko here?
Aloha mai kako. My name is Kavelao Kealoha Wright. Maui Maiao, I'm from here. And I'm super stoked to see this. We can do it. So the answer to your questions, all of them no, 1 through 5, as well as all the way to 19. I suspect that if you handed me another 100 questions, it would also be no all the way through 100. I reiterate what everybody else has said already, but I have some concerns that I want to present to you, and maybe use this as food for thought for all of us. The first thing is, I keep hearing the term special relationship, and I'm wondering, what does that mean exactly? It's so vague, you know, like, are we talking special good, special, we don't know. Who's going to be doing the translations for you, for the people who did Olelo Hawaii? That's also something that I've been wondering. And the last thing is, I really want you guys to understand that many of us are not the kind of people that come to rallies and do all this stuff. You have heard from people who have never gotten up and spoken before, okay? And to me, that means that the onus is now on you guys. The responsibility is with you guys. And I hope that all of you, and I appreciate the eye contact right now from most of you, I really believe strongly that you are now carrying our message. And I'm hoping that you do the right thing. I'm hoping that you do the right thing. I'm suspicious, like a lot of us are, that there's a special agenda going on. And I think it's really important for your country, and I did say your country, to start to right the wrongs, the hypocritical behavior that has been its history, defending other sovereign countries while perpetuating against us what you claim to defend for others. Mahalo Yaupo.
I have Earl, Keoki, and Kaliko.
Aloha. I have written and rewritten my testimony probably 10 times. In the simplest form, I say no to all the questions asked, as they all involve Kanaka Maoli and all of Hawaii falling under American control. To me, it's very simple. We as Kanaka have forgotten how amazing we really are. I teach children, and sometimes it's so sad to see that when I tell them stories of our kupuna, they look at me like it's this grand revelation. They never knew it was awesome. And we cannot forget that everything around us belongs to us, and that we will regain control over our nation. And I was listening to a very wise speaker who inspired me, and he said, we come from the best and the brightest. Mai poina. Sorry if you cannot hear my ukulele. Stand before my people, no longer we won't cry. The questions from me you have laid, a simple answer to them are only. Said we are the best and the brightest, and we will reach for the highest, and we will never stand down, 'cause we are the best and the brightest. Mahalo.
Thank you, Kaliko. I now have Earl, Keoki, Pukini, Napua, and Kale Kaeo.
Aloha ohana, olokia, hovano mekaha'aha. After attending the meeting on June 26th at the airport conference room, came back to Maui very excited. Welcome to Maui, and mahalo for taking this time to be here with us, sacrificing your time to be with your family. And finally, mahalo for asking us, our Native Hawaiian community, if the Secretary should assist the Native Hawaiian community in reorganizing our government with which the United States could reestablish a government-to-government relationship. Mahalo for asking. And please, for the record, my comments are not meant to hurt or offend anyone, and if so, then I apologize to you right now. You have spent a lot of time with our Native communities on our different islands, and you have listened to their testimonies. Some, I'm sure, were very pleasant to listen to, and I'm positive that some were loud, aggressive, and somewhat more of a combative mode. The Native Hawaiian community does not trust the government of the United States and its proposal of any administrative rule if it has to adhere to the extent such as a process and consistent with federal law. Now to answer questions 1, 2, and 3. Yes, if we are talking about a real government-to-government relationship, such as any other foreign country's relationship with the United States, and no to a nation-within-a-nation relationships with the United States. And mahalo for your assistance. Question 4. Yes, we are still recognized as a sovereign nation. Yes, as far as your assistance. We are still recognized as a sovereign nation within the Geneva Convention's League of Nations. Help us, please. We would never want to relinquish our nation to the United States, forever losing our position as an independent nation that was illegally overthrown by the United States of America. And please know the reorganization of our Native Hawaiian government should not be facilitated by the state of Hawaii to the extent such a process is consistent with federal law. The United States of Hawaii have done a great job here in Hawaii. United States of America have done a great job here in Hawaii. Before and up to the overthrow of our independent free nation, the formation of the Republic of Hawaii, then to the illegal annexation that led finally to statehood in 1959. We went through a lot of change from 1778 to statehood, colonization, genocide, then assimilation. So today, we have Hawaiians aping the foreigners' ways. Talk about identity theft. Today, we have an obligation to our future generations to stand up for what is right, together. We have an opportunity to correct past wrongs. Stay strong. Let's not fight with each other. It's okay to disagree, but together, we are the government, no matter what. We all want the same thing, our government that will truly and honestly work for and with our Hawaiian communities. Mahalo.
I have next.
Alamapono, and aloha, and ahuyo.
I have next Keoki, Kukini, Napua, Kale, and then Richard Hope. Richard Hope. And I do apologize in advance. We're not going to get to everybody. And I know you're not happy with that, but we have made some consistent rules around all of the 15 meetings to close at 9. So I apologize. But go ahead, Keoki.
Hello, Mike Kako. My name is Keoki Medeiros. I'm here today because I feel it's part of my kuleana to come here and share my manao. Basically, I want to say that I oppose all 19 questions put forth by the Department of Interior. You know, coming here today, it's been hard because I wrote a lot of stuff, and then I'm just like, screw it. You know, I know everybody's being nice to you, but for me, honestly, I'm pissed. I'm effing pissed that I'm here. Because to me, when I look at what's going on, the facts are there. The facts are there. The fact that Department of Justice is here, what justice have we got? 120 years. And what have we got for 120 years? The desecration still continues on Puakaloa. If you look at Mauna Wakea, the destruction continues there. Your prisons are filled with us. Us. In Hawaii, we fill your prisons. So to me, you know, coming here today, in front of here and saying all Kanaka here, why are you here? You guys knew that it should be Carrie's ass that should be here answering our questions. But yet you came. And to me, you came and everybody's showing aloha. But in my mind, you guys came when your masters told you to come and you guys saw a sunny vacation. You know, I don't know anybody, but anybody else over here work 3-hour day, 3 hours, and then you can go home. I don't got that job, you know, 3 hours. You guys should sit your asses there and hear every single Kanaka in this room before you go home. Seriously, seriously, you know. So, you know, with that said, you know, once again, 1 through 19, aole. Also, I want to point out for all of you who say that, you know, Hawaiian, we're not together. The overwhelming echo that has been going through the islands has been aole. We have all, the majority has been aole. Now picture this, America, okay, you guys go Iraq. When you guys go Iraq, you go to their schools and you say you guys only going to learn English from now on. You take away their culture. You think they would give you guys 120 years of peace? Seriously. You know, so when you guys come here, I'm sorry, I know more aloha for you guys. I know more aloha, not right now. Because to me, once again, nobody works 3-hour days. You know, over here saying that this is going to end at 9 o'clock. Hell no. You guys should make an effort to sit your asses here and listen to everybody.
Thank you, Keoki. I have Kukini, Napua, and Kale.
He o Hawaii. Kule ai ke pono, o ni pai ke no e au. Aloha.
E ke koko ku koko, ka iewe ku iewe, ka iwi ku iwi, mai ka mole ho o kahi mai. E nā mea hano no amiliki hui pu ia, aloha. Like my kupuna, who signed Ku'e petitions, 1897, from Maui, I want to say aole to the questions of the Department of Interior. And also bring to light this switcheroo that's happened here. How come Dr. Kamano Pono Crab asked some question to the Secretary of State and we get the Department of Interior here? And we should have the Department of the State and John Kerry looking at nation to a nation for the Kingdom of Hawaii and the nation of America, not Department of Interior and American tribes. We're not a tribe. We are a kingdom. We are lahui. And anything else is disrespectful and insulting to the greatness of our ali'i, the greatness of our kupuna, the greatness of our mo'i. And for our Kanakas who's watching on Akaku and Olelo, on the Punai Valley on the internet, who maybe you kind of knew about, hey, what I like. Maybe I like what they get. All of that, nation within a nation, not good for us. Yeah? Nations within a nation, American citizens, all of that is a reason for our high discrepancies and for the plight of our people. So for anything American, for your lahui, for your guys' politics, your guys' government, I'll owe it to all of that.
Mahalo Kukini. I have Napua, and then after Napua, I have Kahului.
Aloha mai kako. Mahalo for being here this evening. Mahalo to all of you, and mahalo e ko Maui. I'm so proud of all of you for coming out, and I too am overwhelmed by what is happening this evening. My name is Jay Kawaiala Ka'oeo Napua o Pi'ilani Lindsay Nakasone. I am a mere shadow of the great, great Kanaka I come from. I'm here tonight to strongly testify and answer no to the 5 questions that were presented in the ANPRM. We do not need the Secretary to facilitate the reestablishment of our government. That is Maha'oi. We are completely capable of establishing our own government. I know it has been the United States of America's calculated strategy to throw us a bone, so to speak, with the 150 somewhat statues that recognize us, such as the Hawaiian Homes Commission Act, the Native Hawaiian Education Act, and the Native Hawaiian Healthcare Act, and make us believe we should be grateful for the little pacifiers we've been given. As you can see by the overwhelming response you've heard on Oahu, Hawaii Island, Molokai, Kauai, and now here on Maui, we are no longer pacified. We are no longer blinded by the propaganda that hid our own history and our heritage from us for so many generations. We know who we are. Question 4, should the Secretary instead rely on the reorganization of a Native Hawaiian government through a process established by the Native Hawaiian community and facilitated by the state of Hawaii to the extent such a process is consistent with the federal law? Of course not. I'm sure you have heard a very different voice, a very different thought process in these community meetings than the voice you've been hearing from our elected leaders. Let this be a very clear picture of the disconnect of these leaders from the people they are supposed to be serving. Let us stop perpetuating the lie of Kana'i'olawalu signing up 125,000 people when we know that is totally untrue. These initiatives haven't gotten our support because we know we deserve more. As Kanaka, we descend from the most beloved leaders in the world. Our ali'i, our monarchs, were so benevolent, often leaving all of their life's fortune for the betterment of the Hawaiian people. Why would we want America to help us reestablish our government when America cannot claim this of their presidents? This is our leadership legacy we come from, and with this rich and proud heritage, we are ready to move forward. I hear some people say we cannot move forward because Hawaiians cannot agree. I say to you, Kanaka, who are still full of doubt, do Republicans and Democrats agree? Why then do we have this warped idea that we must all think the same? Our difference in opinion speaks to our intelligence. We're no longer blind, but we see so clearly. We do agree on fundamental mana'o, or we wouldn't be here this evening. We love this aina, and we love each other. Kapo'e aloha aina. Tonight, I had one self-serving reason for being here. I want my testimony to be on record, just as my kupuna wahine's signature proudly sits on the ku'e petitions of December 1897. I want my children and my children's children and their children after that to know beyond a shadow of a doubt that I wholeheartedly oppose the United States occupation of my Hawaii, and I wholeheartedly pledge my allegiance to the Kingdom of Hawaii. Mahalo.
Thank you. Kahului. And after Kahului, I have Mr. Ho'opili.
Mananao makuam na kupuno mako. E hopo mai kai, ala kai kia ai mai a mako kia po. Aloha. No consent, never. No Department of Interior. No treaty, never. No Department of Interior. No cession of our citizenship. No Department of Interior. No justice for our people for 120 years. No to the Department of Interior. No lawful authority to sit upon our people and step upon our necks. No to the Department of Interior. My first question is, why are you here? So we gotta think. Why have they come here? All of a sudden, in their hearts, they felt good to come to Hawaii to service the Hawaiian community? See, there's an agenda going on right here. We gotta maka'ala and wake up. But we can see, as you can say, we can see under the veil, the underwear, all dirty. Who requested these hearings? Who self-anointed themselves to go to Washington, D.C. and call you guys to come here and speak on our behalf? Not us. See, that's the agenda. Who are these compradors? I want to know. Who are these imposters? Who are the cons? See, they have you guys duped. They have you guys committing fraud. Even worse, these imposters betraying our people. They're pulling a scam. They're hoping to gyp, deceive, defraud, bamboozle our people to circumvent our people's right to our true political status, nationality, citizenship, and rights to self-determination. So I want to know who. We have a right to know who they are. Because our people have a right to know who they are. See, I'm not against the DOI. But I'm anti-lies, fraud, deceit, dehumanization, exploitation. And all you gotta look is check the Department of Interior and their own history. They're a wicked and unholy history. Look at the people, the American Indians, the kind of genocide. Stepping on them, shedding on them, pissing on them for all these generations. And you guys sit here and act somehow you guys have some kind of great mandate. The mandate has been genocide upon these native peoples. How embarrassing. Look at our Micronesian brothers and sisters under the Department of Interior. Nuclear radiation, Bikini, Inuwatak, Rongelap, destroyed guinea pigs for the American nuclear weaponry to play masters around the world. So we're here to speak and represent for all of us who have been victims of people under the Department of Interior. You guys need to speak the truth. And I'm just going to end. I know I see Paul. Kalamai, get 5 more pages. I'll jump to the end here. All this is, as they've tried for 120 years, they tried to Clorox us. They tried to bleach us, bleach our brains, Clorox our souls. But you know what? We stay in Kanaka. This Kanaka stain is too strong. And for 120 years, if it hasn't worked then, it's not going to work anymore. We will be free. We demand our humanity. We demand our place on this earth. This is Hawaii. Can we not say we are human beings? Cannot you see us as human beings? As Moses said unto Pharaoh, you as the representatives of Pharaoh, we say unto you, we demand, let and set our people free. Aloha.
To you, my brothers and sisters, on the different night of Molokai, you was Alika, yeah? Lehua nani, pua nani, and Kiola lani. Remember me over there, the other side, with the other shirt on? I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you. All the people that came out, my brothers and sisters, to testify, I love you. Right or wrong, where humanity upon this earth, from the leader in our life, the person is wiser and larger than you and I call him the Lord Jesus Christ. I come to make peace tonight. All the pala pala that has been read is true because it's in facts. I don't need to reiterate that. But all I want to say to all my kupuna, to Uncle Alec, to all my kupuna, if I have offended you in any way, I am so sorry. I just come to speak my peace on behalf of my ohana. Ko inoa Richard, ke aloha, ho'opi'i, senior. My son is out there somewhere, and I hope I don't have to pay his freaking bills. I'm sorry for the words. These people here, I had the opportunity to Maui last week on the island of Molokai to play for a wedding. I went to the meeting, I sat over there 20 minutes, I got all ha'alulu in listening to the testimony. Here, I sit over there for 1 hour, 2 hours more. I get ha'alulu again. I asked permission if I can come and talk. And here I am, just to say the things that each and every one of you, each and every one of us has a commitment to do. Look into ourselves. We have till 12 o'clock tonight to let go all the heaven. Tomorrow will come with or without your permission, without you and I. For tonight, before we leave, forgive one another. Forgive these people. They are representatives of the people they work for. Your tax and my tax is paid their wages. They come to represent by their bosses that sent them there. Our people in Oha is there because it is a job. You and I have many retirements for the state, federal, and the government that work for them to get our Social Security so that we can continue to take care of our family. Look at those things. Establish your heart and your love. But don't forget, you are Kanaka Maoli. Whether you have the koko or not, you are Kanaka Maoli. Believe in yourselves. Let go all the heaven. The man is wiser than you and I. My brothers and sisters, go home tonight, wherever you are. God forgive me! Yell, scream, and shout. Not only in here. Yell, scream, and shout to him because you combine with him. Please, if I offend you by my talks, I am so sorry. Please forgive me. Mahalo, I love all of you. Thank you, my brother, for being patient. I took the word power. Power is my third kupuna. The name power. So kupuna said, go on, walk through, put the mic back, and go sit down.
I know that all of you are not going to be happy. It is now 9 o'clock, and we're going to have to end. And I am really sorry, but we've had this policy that all meetings have finished at 9. So I thank all of you. Okay. So I know. Okay. So again, we want to thank all of you. This is the last meeting. If those of you have not been able to make your oral comment, please submit your written comments. You have up until August 16th, August 19th. So please make your comments. I apologize that this is not satisfying, that you wanted more time, but please get your comments in. Again, mahalo.
Aloha mai, ohana. Amau. Mahalo. I want to say thank you so much and thank you for having come inside this halikula omaikai. So I want to ask everybody, before we do anything, brothers and sisters, thank you for coming, but this is important. I'm going to take responsibility and charge to face the last of this school. And I'd like everybody to come inside. I'm going to call Kamana Opono to come up. Kamana, please come up and join me. Kamana, my.
the brother that we're gonna enlighten ourselves. Let's give him a big hand. Come. Brother Richard, Mike, come sing for us. Come. So as we come to a close, I'm just gonna come back again. We will be meeting more. We will be meeting more by ourselves. We need to. Okay? We need to. And we're gonna ask all our legislators, even the county of Maui, to get help too. So let's meet. So I like to, all the kupuna, just hold each other and we're going to sing Hawaii Aloha the best way. Come. Come, Richard.
E Hawaii e kuone hanau e kuhome kulai vine olino au ina pololani e Hawaii aloha e haupole na opi o Hawaii
Let us pray. Mahalo na ilo, Ohana. Ohana e au, luahini, palena, kamehameha, umi, kawawa amahi, and all our kupuna from the years to 200. Before the Polynesians came, the makers of the fish ponds, the protectors of our resources. Thank you, kupuna na au makua, to ku, to kani, lono, and kanaloa, the deities. We need to bring back the ku images from London. We need to bring back the ku images from the Peabody Museum. We need to bring back all the ku images and bring them strong, because they were the protectors of our abundance to Akiakua and to Ai and Kula, who set up all the places to mark the Maui fishes, the opihi, all the koa, the fishing koa, to remind us we are the ahamoko pai aina o Hawaii. Thank you, families of the sea. Thank you, Keke o Hawaii. To our royal societies, help us. Help us. Royal societies, help us. Let us wear our kuaho together now. We need to. And when we leave this place, take a deep breath, everybody, and release, so that we can clear the air in this whole room for our keiki come school tomorrow, summer school. Mahalo, we love you all. Hang tight. Oh, we love you all. We are the fishes of the sea. Hey, 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 hey. Don't go away from the ball. Mahalo. Everybody say amen. Amen. Thank you. Oh, we all drive safe.